And we're live. Hello and welcome, everyone. Chat's been busy. My name is Guerric. That's Lily.
Hello.
This is game 6 of the third round of the Root Winter Tournament. I've screwed up my intro and I'm totally off kilter now. Our players today are none other than Decoy.
Hello.
JrBacon.
Hey.
Purrmastuck.
Hello.
Arcanine.
Hey.
And Gregoola.
Hello.
Thank you for those introductions, everybody. I have dealt your draft for you. You know where to find me if you need me. So everyone, good luck, have fun, and I'm going to let you get started. All right.
This is like the most non-cursed draft we've seen in a while.
Okay, so I guess I will choose a map.
I don't even know what normal drafts look like anymore.
I don't either, but this feels like a normal one.
This feels like it's probably...
I guess we will not go
A little bit
to
more
it,
normal than normal, I guess.
unfortunately. So
Yeah, seriously though,
I was
birds,
wondering if that
the
was gonna
Eerie have
happen
been
or not.
banished to like
Nope.
the realm of darkness and shadows.
Things like I feel I knew.
I have no clue what's going on. It's just random, you know?
Yeah, but they just no
So
one
that's
likes the
it.
Eerie apparently, and by no one I mean the mod.
now I went.
Are we sure that that card's in the deck that they're pulling from? Did they update the mod between the rounds?
I don't know.
All right, so this is interesting.
Well,
We've
that
got
was my plan.
JrBacon with
was that, you gonna
Riverfolk
be the
in
others?
seat 5. This has happened before with JrBacon
But you
being
can
in the
still
last
buy
seat
from me.
with Riverfolk and winning. So,
All right.
I can.
bit of a target.
I could become the others vicariously through the use of commerce.
Yes, otters are a fairly popular pick the later you are in turn order because they are less disadvantaged by going later in turn order than other factions are.
It's fair. But one interesting thing about this otter pick is that we do have lizards in the game, and the two
No.
Riverfolk expansion
I'll come back
factions
for
are
them.
notorious for feeding on each other.
Yes, they have a very symbiotic relationship.
They do.
Oh, I gotta set my prices now too,
And show your cards.
and show my cards. Okay.
Another
can
fun
I-
fact.
I'm not murder. I'm not saying otters don't want to go first. Every faction wants to go first.
Yep.
Otters are less hurt by going later.
Sorry, I'm the tabletop.
It's different.
I haven't
It's important.
Soup kitchens. Yeah.
Oh,
price
that's
of it.
some good soup kitchens right there.
This is where you get some input. So, what do you want to see here?
You can wait.
Well,
till
you don't
everyone's
have to-
picked.
Kitchens.
You don't have to
like
make the decision
no-brainer.
yet.
I don't have to make the decision yet. Okay. Well, they're there, and you can see them, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to see what everybody picks,
All right.
and then
Well,
So
just
another
make a
fun thing about
decision
this
of
matchup,
prices.
while they argue
Well,
over
I'm going to leave them at
discarding
the,
or not
the
discarding
first
cards.
round for 3.
This is the
in
first
case
time
someone
in
chooses
round
the Harrier,
3 we have seen
and
the
then I
summer
have a
map.
standard policy to keep
Oh, is
them
that
at
true?
2
That
for
is
the
true.
remainder of the game.
The summer map had gotten
until
significant
anyone
hate
gets 20.
after round 2.
5-player game. I doubt
Yeah.
it. Anyone will be foolish enough to buy for free. But
All right, I guess I'm done. So what do I got here? And it's done. And I'll tidy up my otters.
We set prices, Squidmark. What you talking about?
They did in fact do that. All right, now who do we go with?
That was talking about discarding cards, Squidmark.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pick the 3.
So just having to think. Now that my plan has changed.
I mean, the Hat and the Cat, we've seen a soup kitchen craft.
And that the player who crafted it won the game.
So, soup kitchen's OP? Just kidding. A lot of choices here. Now, this is actually one of the rougher seats to be in just because you go right before the otters, which means more than likely you're not going to get that otter purchase.
Yeah, you probably want a faction that is self-sufficient, so to speak. One who is not going to rely on the otter purchases. Moles are a very solid pick for that.
Yep. I mean, moles wouldn't mind an otter purchase once in a while, but they don't need
Seems
it.
about
right.
That's for sure.
They're one of the stronger factions in the game. One of the ones who...
Homeland clearing, not adjacent to any homelands. I think I'm going to go for this one. Hang on, I can't tab. Why can't I tab? Guerric turned off the ability to tab. Tabs after draft. Okay.
Turn Arcanine down slightly.
2 warriors and a tunnel in
Makes sense.
homeland clearing. And is that the right one?
We'll see if that's too quiet.
Yeah. 5 worries among
Is it just because that they're red factions?
as
Squidward?
possible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Because you're guaranteed to get one red faction in every draft,
Yeah.
and then additionally, they're in the pool of all factions. Katari.
Well, you know, clearly the house rule is you have to actually go outside and dig in the ground.
No, don't.
See it.
So you're playing a game by yourself, and the
it's
rest of us will play with it.
It's a meme. We don't need to acknowledge it.
Okay.
So I will.
You have
What was that?
you have too many warriors?
5 in adjacent
Purrmastuck is
clearance.
turnip for turnip.
Oh, it's 5. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just
I'm trying to like decipher the names
Okay.
between the two different areas.
All good.
yeah.
Cool.
The people need a hero.
The people need a hero.
The people have gotten a hero.
That's reading for now.
You took everything from me.
Who, me?
So it sounds like some other people might have wanted lizards.
Yeah. I just ruined my
I'm
camera.
saying
Oh well.
Blizzard.
Oh, lizards.
Okay, we're picking up the 2 slot mouse clearing over
All
there.
factions that need extra cards. I really appreciate the lineup.
And there's not really a. Oh, there's
Well-
a couple 2-slot buddy clearings they could go to.
Yeah, I'm
That
down
bottom corner
here.
is definitely very attractive.
Down here seems like
This is a rule
the
of thumb.
first
I'm
pick
probably gonna
for
be
me
doing
since
it
this was
up
taken by
here.
moles.
So
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you
If
start
you're
in that
the
double slot
outcast,
bunny
it'll probably be up
clearing,
in the
you
lost
do
souls
get an
pile
even
up
split
here,
of 2 instead of
because
a
I'm
split of
terrible
3.
at keeping track of both.
But of course, you are subject to the whims of.
Take the other out
Your
cards.
hand,
so-
Yeah,
just not
absolutely.
Put it on your board then. That'd probably make it easier to remember.
That is totally fine with me.
Awesome.
If everyone's okay with that. It's not that big a deal if not. But otherwise, I think...
Purrmastuck is kind of quiet.
I got Purrmastuck as loud as I can. I'm gonna try
That'll
and turn
be
other
it.
people down to make it more relative. We'll see.
Damn, I knew this was going to be the exact run out too. And I got a huge problem.
Is it more cowbell? Is the only answer more cowbell?
I really hoped I would have Blizzards left. But no.
I'm sorry.
It's
Crows
late.
and cats are like. Oh, crows didn't win a fight. Round 3 game. Cats did though, right?
Crows have won a round 3 game.
I believe cats have.
There's only 4 factions that
Cats
have won
won.
a round 3 game.
Cats had a major win.
It's
Cats, crows, moles, and I forget the last one. Woodland Alliance.
Woodland Alliance, got it.
Here.
for whatever reason I have
There
zero
hasn't- there's not
memory
a faction
of
I've
the
played
round
once
right now.
In,
I'm just like blank.
The biggest thing I remember is it was Halloween colors. Like, it very much reminded me of fall. And I was like, you got your
It's a
orange
good
and your green for your
cats faction
pumpkins,
in
and
the
you got
sense that there's-
your brown
Yeah.
and your purples and like kind of spooky moods.
You kind of occupy the space all.
So there's a potential for 3 winning factions to be in this game still.
You'll mess everyone else's game up.
Yeah, I mean none of these
Yeah, if I want the cats, those cats, and that's really not good.
none of these are necessarily over the Moro. Thank you so much for the 5 months.
Could be fun.
No, don't
With
ruin my
something
perfect graph.
with the
My
insurgent.
perfect graph right now on Vagabond is only the Vagrant has been played in round 3, and I want to keep it that way.
Well, we have Corvids.
Chosen chaos.
Lovely.
Oh my god.
Now we're in trouble.
Another faction that doesn't particularly want to purchase.
So we're going.
This could actually be very good
to-
for the lizards, giving them more opportunity
So
to purchase
that's
if
really-
needed. With
So it's going to be
while the
a
rest of the table
tight
may
game
not
with
be
no
doing it.
ruins. Being
Yeah, Corvids tend to only purchase in the earlier game when there's a really good card in the market. Otherwise, they try to have all their warriors out, so they can't be spending.
This is,
Uh,
this graphic was the
So
worst.
Mark, that is something that I would do.
Because,
I'd be like, I see a
well,
lizard and 4 otters in one clearing. That's a
he's gonna
great place for a
extort.
bomb.
Not only me, but another person if I pick cats. So. And he can extort even 3 people at once.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, if you're cats, you'll have the opportunity of doing something about it before it flips, but you probably don't want to do that on your turn. So this is quite a good pick.
we're putting the plot in the forest.
I'm not.
That's my
supposed
favorite
to-
plot.
It's very safe when it's in the forest.
Yeah,
or
I
you-
mean,
or
you
I
buried
can't.
it kind of like it's a
Yes,
relic,
what-
so like really you can't tell it apart.
Sorry, 1 second. I need to think this through.
It's an important choice because
absolutely.
as the players were discussing, you could go for the double, potentially triple whammy, setting up over here, flipping, and getting 2 to 3 cards.
Yep.
3 being if cats get chosen and set up everywhere.
Yep.
Or you could target the faction that has the most heat at the moment, which is moles,
Yep.
and deny them a card.
Absolutely.
Turns out the tablet was a landmine. Whoops.
Okay, so we're starting by ourselves, not
Then I
doing
get
any
one
hostility in
in
turn
each
0.
suit.
I'm assuming we want to craft something in Bunny, and our only choice of targeting moles would have been to overlap with the homeland, which is illegal.
Right. I'm trying to think what bunny cards. We've got Swap Meet, we've got Charm Offensive.
Both are pretty good for Corvids.
Yep, those are both
Sure.
pretty decent. Those are really the big two that I'm thinking of, because
We could be setting up for something like a
Anything else I
coin.
need to
we
do?
could be setting for coins. I don't think we're trying to do
Homeland.
tunnels.
1 warrior, 1 plot, 1 in each.
Tunnels isn't terrible for Corvids.
Man.
Tunnels is not terrible
I
for
wouldn't-
corvids. That's why I was just like,
I wouldn't warp my setup around it, but
we shall see. All right, now between Cats and Vagabond, that is an interesting choice. I think with this matchup, I would prefer to see Cats.
the problem with cats is, of course, you either deal with the plot turn 1 or you get extorted or bombed or snared or something turn 1.
You can always walk away from it.
All things you can deal with. Just it's a wrinkle in
Where would I go?
a game plan that is already very rigid. Turn 1, cats have that sort of strict build order that they do.
Yeah.
They do their build over work build, and deviating from that can be important, but it also can really hurt.
I do not remember that AJ squared.
That was a long time ago, back when they had agent cards.
Oh man, I know none. I was not aware of. I think I was in a different
right
cave at that
fox.
point in time. I've moved to a bigger cave, so I'll ask for a bit more information.
No, I mean I can go in a lot of spaces, but it's like will be
Hey, Zelda.
cornered anyway. So
Squidmark, Gregoola really was
You
banking
can come
on
straight
getting
to the corner
lizards.
I'm in.
He
not
mentioned-
gonna attack you.
It a couple times through the draft.
yeah, but I'm just like sitting there with.
And I don't remember who, but one of them lives in the mountains in
Well, that whole
Colorado, so they didn't want to
southern
fight anybody on their
hemisphere
home turf.
That whole line is open, man.
Yeah, JrBacon mentioned living in the mountains, and the group was like, "Oh, we can't give him a home field advantage."
I will
Can't do
pass
it.
the cats, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Well, it means more spaces.
Gregoola
Yeah.
chooses violence.
That
Go
is
to
not at all what I
violence
thought was going to
and
happen.
A vagabond, just to remember, your very first purchase from me is completely free because you refresh.
Love to hear that. Love to hear that.
Always love
Not
to hear
for
it.
free.
I will say that JrBacon, I
Well,
feel like
you
is a
pay
pretty
for it
good
in the long
salesman.
end.
Well, it's good because 1, that's good salesman. 2, that's knowledge of a niche interaction. Not everyone is aware that
I know.
you purchase before refreshing, and thus you have a free purchase turn 1 as Vagabond.
You have a purchase effectively non-impactful purchase,
It's impactful for the otters, of course,
obviously, but not for yourself.
but not for yourself.
Non-negative,
Also, that's-
non-negative purchase. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I'm sad that my graph has been destroyed.
I'm sorry.
Utterly and completely destroyed.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I guess he's going there.
Yeah, not wrong, AJ. Your very first only purchase from me.
Well, what's really unfortunate is otters don't really
Where's
have
one of my
much
cards?
that Vagabond particularly
Oh, it's
wants.
over by the left side of the map.
We're
I
not
can't
like
think, it's near the lizard
guaranteeing a
board.
T or guaranteeing a hammer.
Where is it? Oh, it's here.
What is-
We're doing our best.
We're having the TTS desync. I think Gregoola's seat for him is still over on the side of the table rather than over here.
Mhm.
This is why everyone leaves and rejoins. It
Yeah.
fixes that.
Okay, interesting group of quests. Very anger pointy heavy.
Oh, you took my gun. I think I would prefer to be black one.
Nope, you can't.
I
be.
think you have
The
to use
black one
the
doesn't work with the stats collector.
Oh,
Oh right.
okay.
The best part about
You
this
can change
game
the
is
color of the
Arcanine's
red
in the
one.
game,
Yeah,
so he
no,
can explain the
I
stats
think-
collection to everybody.
Yeah.
Prefer the one. Okay, so
I was wondering what word was missing there, Squidmark. I was like, you had all 5 factions. There's more than 5. Yeah, these quests are interesting.
Well, so what's good is for the mouse quests. Mouse quests do not have any tea required for any of the quests. So that's good to get two of them out right away because you can. Those are
Okay,
probably the
so-
more reliable quests to be able to get.
Well, I think the dream, of course, would be to get like the ruined sword and be able to immediately get that done
good
with.
job.
Oh, absolutely.
But if not,
Yep.
things get awkward because our torch is being used for exploring,
Yes.
almost definitely, and we're not going to get a tea for a couple turns at least.
I'm
Right, remind me what
assuming
I'm
with
supposed to
all
be
of the deliberating beforehand,
Just
you do
Take
not
two
have a
of
tea
the
in hand. That
cards
is true.
and put them on top of the deck.
All right.
Goes.
I'm prepared.
Okay, go flip them.
So,
There we go. Those are mine, probably. What?
You know, that's a good way to think about it, Ivan Rook.
Cats will remain with a 100% win rate if they are no longer
the power of the
playing.
Z key.
Cat nerf when?
They need it.
Now, in the case,
Squidward, actually,
in the case
I
of my hand, do I
disagree.
need to bring those back down in front of my board, or can
Because-
I just flip them over in the river? Kind
Who
of
cares
thing,
about clearings?
the visible one?
You don't need to flip them over.
the
The
only
reason for
time
flipping them
that someone's
over
coming
is
after
so
the
that people don't
lizards
see them as they come back into
is
the game.
when
I can just leave.
they're straight up coming to attack the lizards. It's never going to be a passive thing.
Wait till someone's hit done on the.
If Harrier wons, it could try and farm lizards, either for aiding or for infamy.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
That's
all.
true.
Yeah, thanks
One.
everyone.
AJ Squared, do not remind me of that.
okay, so I'm picking
Was that all the way
Everyone has-
back in round one?
Everyone has freaking failed me. Yeah, we had no lizard wins in round 2,
Right
and
back.
I am crying on the inside. What's wrong?
I think we picked up a card from the otters accidentally.
Well, at least we know where it's from.
3, 3, 3. Yeah. Oh, I can't pick my two colors, so I'll pick orange. Get that out there. JrBacon hasn't left yet, has he?
No, he is not. If he's a color, he's not left.
What happened?
What?
We just what are we wait?
You got
We
everything
just
to
all
join.
left and joined again.
Guerric's
Oh.
setting up the board.
Oh,
Yeah, doing some maintenance.
There he goes.
Yes.
Yeah,
now
I
we
would have made sure he left before actually getting started.
should probably give my otters their card back.
Yeah, we're getting there. Do, 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 do. Objects. Anything else I need to spawn?
Just a promoter cube.
That was me, I think. I think that I was the. Everyone else was coming out and going back in. I didn't realize we were at that point yet. So do you need to choose a color, or is that already chosen?
Yeah, sit in the seat. So you click on the Riverfolk color.
Gotcha. Sorry, thanks, fellas.
What was I gonna say? Double winner. Squidmark, we have a single double winner today, and it is Gregoola.
Ooh. So we have 4 people fighting for their lives, and 1 person fighting to kill
Can I
4
get
people.
Hit start on the recording.
Perfect.
Katari, I would be very curious what this game is and what you're even talking about.
Right then.
Because Root is in fact not 10 years old.
No, I think the question is if you started right now, when
Oh.
Decoy 10
Okay,
years
can start.
came out of it in 10 years in the future.
Okay,
Anna.
so let's go.
Clearly lizards.
Good luck.
I'm bad at
luck.
reading.
Yeah, have fun, everyone.
Have fun, everyone.
Ivan Rook,
Back
yes, you
on.
do.
Don't forget, I
You should expect that.
nice juicy ambush card for you there.
That is the thing I said.
And
That's the thing you can
this price
expect.
of free.
I didn't realize you wanted to be kicked out of the house.
Okay, I will just slip in here.
All right, starting our ruin tour up there.
Let's go with the.
Did not purchase, notably.
Notably. I mean, The only real card I feel like they might want to take would be that bird ambush, but otherwise not the most exciting. Hey, look, pointy.
It's a sword.
It's a sword.
The pointiest.
We don't get to quests now because we can't move to the mouse clearing.
Right.
But we could just go friggin' ham on those moles.
We could. That's always so interesting to me how the Harrier does not start off with any mobility, because their one mobility is also their ways of exploring ruins.
It is the Harrier's biggest weakness, is that early game mobility is
Minimal.
Is difficult.
Yeah.
But late game mobility, glide is the most powerful effect in the entire game. So
Absolutely.
So I'm going to.
So if anyone has ever wondered what the heck is going on with the Harrier's meeple,
aid the moles.
that on the
Please do not
looking
do
at the screen,
that.
the right side, her left side,
like them
that is
so
her
much.
tail behind her ear. The squiggle is her ear.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
awful.
He says with a chuckle.
I see it. So
Okay.
we just aided the moles. Now I hope we stab them in
and
the
now let's
back.
go striking them all.
There we go.
Good.
All right then.
We get our 1 point for the aid, and then we immediately go hostile in battle. See, I like this. We're getting our maximum points.
I'm always
Not
okay
far.
with
Ambush?
aiding, followed by immediate violence.
Yes.
You're good, go for it.
Doop doop doop. Ah, yes, mutually assured destruction.
We take a hit, which sucks, but we get our point.
Yes,
Oh, God.
it's always.
We should be at three's right.
Yep, one from the explorer, one from
Wow,
aid,
right
and
from the
one from the
get-go.
warrior.
Yep.
You have to
Well,
damage one of your items, right?
Yep. And I'm gonna damage.
I damage the
crossbow.
crossbow.
Yeah.
The swords get us a quest. The
Well, I
torch
get
gets us
him
an
cards,
item,
so
and the
if I
coins
help,
get us
I need
cards.
to
I feel like the crossbow
mitigate
doesn't really get
some
much now that we've done that little dance.
Yeah, we don't need our crossbow right now.
I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
I feel like that's the most I've seen someone deliberating over their draw step.
Well, that was a roller
Remember-
coaster of emotions.
I'm
No,
happy they're remembering to draw.
That's fair. I've seen many players forget the draw step entirely. So
Okay, so let
Vagabond
us
Not playing a subtle role at the beginning.
let's craft a charm offensive.
Charm
there it is.
There it is.
You don't want to buy anything?
It's a
No,
raid.
I don't.
Cool.
Oh,
And that's a raid.
That's interesting.
So I'll get 1
Going
point for
against
that.
the normal turn 1 meta.
It's a pretty good spot for a raid.
A very good spot for a raid.
Not quite Texas good, but
Not- yeah.
it's 3 clearings.
Into foxes.
Okay, so we're recruiting in foxes with a bird card.
That's our first saboteurs to hit the graveyard, right?
That is indeed.
That's something to keep track of.
In fact, it's the only card to hit the graveyard. Yeah, crows are gonna have a lot of space. Like, it's really interesting because lizards turtle, moles turtle, crows are gonna have a lot of space, and then otters are gonna be the ones doing the most movement, I would assume.
I think Crow's biggest fear is getting eaten by Harrier or otters just
Yeah.
for easy points.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think this is going to be an interesting one where I think both otters and crows have to worry about
Action one's
defending
gonna
their
be a
tokens
plot.
from the vagabond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're plotting. That's clearly a bomb.
Well, we can expect Harrier is going to leave.
Right, so we move and we put the bomb in both of them. I want this new bomb strat where you just plot bombs every single time.
I will buy
Then we're gonna take 2 moves.
3 more copies of Root so that you have a full
Move
set
2.
of 8 bombs.
Yes. My dream.
Actually, no, I can do it with just 1 more copy of
And
Root
draw a
because you have
card.
the
Not
extra
gonna
2
exert.
sets of
So it's
tokens,
plot, move.
right?
Mm.
Not exerting. Draw 1. I'm not gonna use charm offensive.
Okay.
Not going to use Charm Offensive. Interesting.
Alrighty.
Wait, you said okay. So plot move. I
So
see.
I'll adjust the outcast. Gonna go hit it mouse.
I feel like of
Just
all the
put,
times to use the charm offensive, it would
Tell
be
you
now.
need to put your gardens back on your tracks.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Oh
there's these
man,
ones.
having the garden start there is the best part of playing lizard.
Is that why you
And
win?
then
Yes,
Uh,
all of
what's
those
it?
lizard wins I
I
definitely
discard the
have
lost
at the moment.
souls, and then I'll perform conspiracies.
So we're in mouse. Do we go to hated mouse?
Okay.
You know, you say that, Katara. We did
Eat this
put a
mold.
plot in Fox
Jeez.
and come close to another plot in Fox. We could actually be setting up for informants. For an
Why is
informant.
this guy out of here?
Interesting. Okay, so we saw a mole convert as well as a crusade back to
Okay.
safety for the lizards.
Going into my daylight, I will
It is interesting.
reveal this Morning Broker,
It's very interesting. I like the
the build.
impeding mole sway potential.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure I'm crazy
Score.
about where we went for it
Put this
though.
mouse in a sack.
Well, I mean, there's
And
not
then
many
I'll
other.
reveal
Like going to the top, you'd have to do both. But...
A swap meet to recruit.
All right, we
So
did see
that's
turn
my
1 score,
hands.
which absolutely love to see.
Yeah, that is great for the lizard tempo.
And we are building.
Craft this
And
Marine
we're
Broker.
okay. We're going Marine Broker, which is amazing card for the lizards.
Amazing for this. We could see a lizard win here.
Oh, absolutely. This
All right,
is
Moles,
a very
you
strong
wanna buy
lizard
anything?
start.
Yeah.
I probably do actually.
Since
Did I
no
fix
one
my
has
camera? I did not fix my camera.
I should have said my
Sorry, everyone.
policy is I give back warriors after I use them for 2 turns or less. So I don't keep them until anyone hits 20. So you have no threat of me keeping your warriors long term.
That's good.
That is
to
how
know. That's good to know.
that is how JrBacon plays. That is honestly how he plays. Well,
Yep.
played before, so definitely trustworthy in that respect.
Sorry, my board state is.
But it is interesting. It got all the way around the
I
table with
expect it to
no
be.
one purchasing, giving the moles an opportunity to buy.
It's good with moles, isn't it?
Moles also got aided a card, so they're already a card heavy for the first turn.
Yeah, this
Also, I
there
said
would have been a
I,
strong argument
recruiting in the bar.
to purchasing as lizards
Wait,
just
I wanna
to
decide
really
on the bar
dissuade
first.
moles purchasing at all. Not that moles are the most incentivized when otters still start with.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that lizards purchasing, not only does it dissuade the moles, but it also gives you an extra action that
Right.
first turn, which I honestly
I think
seems
I'm
to be
going
also a pretty good
to-
advantage from it.
Hat in the Cat, it's not an uncommon take. The logic is that you can try and maximize purchases, but in turn 0,
Fifth card.
because it's all additive to this
For
3.
your hand.
20.
That's bold.
You want to use my riverboats?
It's not something I'm the biggest fan of because it's establishing
Which one?
a baseline price.
I'm going to take the
of 1. Something's worth 1 now. Why is it worth 2 later? And most of the time, you're not going to get that many purchases anyway. Most of the time.
Unless we're in the game.
So then we go to.
Squidbark, if you're getting the buy counter, you're also getting the removal counter going as well.
Then
It's a chart.
my 2 actions are going to be.
But it certainly can work to finish off that thought.
Recruit. Then I'm
Ooh.
going to
Flashing that dominance card.
dig
Oh, we're digging with the dominance card. We're giving up that dominance card.
up to this fox clearing.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Going to move these up here.
Not a great clearing for moles to have a homeland in. 'Cause it only has
I
one
don't
building
have any
slot.
swayed ministers at the moment.
I think we're doing it just to sway and avoiding moving into this plot
A
or Harrier.
a mouse card and a bunny card.
Yeah.
And we're going to sway the brigadier, which is going to be 2 points.
Pretty sure that is illegal. Hat in the Cat.
It's like sport.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's a thing that never happens.
I didn't reveal any bird.
Humberto, they got aided and they purchased a card.
Yep.
Not going to craft, and then I'm going to.
Pretty good start for moles.
Pretty good start, and you got Brigadier. Always.
And then I'll.
I'm curious what that card we did not reveal is.
All right.
It's clearly the
All
mouse
my
dominance.
things there.
Although I gotta say,
going
if I'm
to-
in that position, I will taunt other players by showing them
But
cards that they
if it's
can't
okay
ever have.
with you, I'm gonna Let me see here.
To be fair, Darth Caboose, they got aided and then immediately whacked.
Right.
So they at least did that right.
You need to first use the fund.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna. Okay, here you go.
That is true. You do have to commit the fund
I'm
when
gonna do
you're
another
drawing
one.
the card.
Sorry, I'm trying to set my cameras.
It's okay.
Gregoola was just saying spend the fund and then take the action, which I do agree with. I'm very much an advocate of keeping things clear by using the resource first.
Absolutely.
But some people are loosey goosey. Some people.
And
River folks always hard too because there's a lot of planning and plotting and. So this is the second saboteurs we've seen.
actually, I'm gonna use the mole one if you don't mind.
Ooh.
T.
That is a very bad idea.
A second here. I should have 3 left.
Good, Mark. It's only bad if you do it 3 times in a row.
Mine.
Yeah, but you need to choose them first.
Yeah, you need to choose them before you actually.
You cannot change.
You
when
can't
they have
switch
the
them
card.
around after you've already put them in.
Well, no, I was. That was okay.
Yeah.
That's
He
fine.
did say he was defaulting to moles, which I think is fine.
That's
But yeah, in
Okay.
future, if you move the thing into the
No,
commitments before doing
I
it.
can do that. I'll put it back the way it was. Here, that's exactly how it was.
Okay.
So, right? That good? That's exactly. I pulled one down the wrong one, but okay. So I have 3 cards now. I'm gonna spend 2 of these mole guys here, and I'll drop a.
Spend, not commit.
I gotta spend them here. 2.
I'm gonna need it.
I'll take them back.
Start.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes, this is the end of round 1.
And
Katara, I think it's just this makes it sound harsher than it is, but just sloppy play. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. Just in a casual environment, that's the sort of thing you don't need to be strict about, and people very very frequently are loosey goosey about stuff like that. It's just this is a tournament. You know, you got to spend exactly the right item. You gotta commit exactly the right funds.
They've got
tournament.
the clearing that I rule.
Yes, Luke, I also remember that as well.
No, you're right.
They can put them here.
That's what I originally was gonna do. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Unpicked faction was cats. Bigfoot.
This one's on the river, if
Yeah,
that's
there
what
you
you're
go.
after.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do the mouse. So do we spend that last fund to craft the tea like a crazy person?
And with my last card, I will.
You need to take a guy
Yeah, you
There's
get
a
a
guy
warrior
missing.
here too.
from the supply.
Boop.
And go back here.
We're gonna go for the greed. Get those 2 points. Get a card.
Do it. Greed.
Um,
And that's
oh,
2 points. 2 points for the trade post as well. I'll give you those.
and then I'll recruit. You know what? I'm just gonna leave him there. I don't really have anything else to do. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'm gonna draw another card here.
Okay.
Why can't I?
We could discard the tea.
We could just completely
See if I can sweeten up the.
sweeten up the pot.
Put that one there. Flip it. What is it?
Ah, it's a crossbow.
That's a crossbow.
And we'll get rid of.
Okay, out of all these cards, I think Loam would be the one to get rid of. I would get rid of it.
Loam,
Unless lizards bluntly say they want it.
Loam can actually be huge for otters because it can be extra actions for doing the thing you want to do, which is
That's
crafting.
true.
I've seen Loam be very effective.
Yes.
Next to the discard pile.
Oh, there.
Very effective for otters.
That's very fair. That's fair.
You can also right click on the card and discard. There's an option up the top.
Got you. All right, and then you gave me my points.
Yep.
I believe that does me. There you go. Sorry.
Are you leaving your prices at 3?
No, I was. No, I'm not. I'll move them down to 2 for y'all, and that's where they will stay the rest of the game.
That is what he did last game as well.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
impressive.
Sorry.
It's me.
First round.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
But
good, man.
we,
All good.
but we managed. 1,
They
2,
did it.
3.
Got to the first round.
I'm proud of them.
Okay, I'm going to.
They grow so quickly.
I'm going to Flip here. Bye,
Yep.
guys.
Get out of the way of that plot.
I will
Figure out what
Continue
this rune is.
explore for a point.
Continue exploring. We can do the quest
Let's see
here.
what's there.
All makes sense.
I will just move this COVID border because I cannot click.
Tis bag.
It's a bag.
You know, not great, but not the worst.
Yeah, not
Would you
what
like to
we
aid your friend the Corvids?
not what we most want, but not.
I would like, but I
Actually,
don't
it's
have
maybe what we least
items
want. A
because
boot would have
I'm
been
going to
good for
quest
mobility.
this turn.
A hammer would have been good for crafting.
Get
This was
the
maybe
bag.
the worst choice. I take it back.
Yeah, but no.
Excuse me, I don't know why I'm so burpy. I apologize, everyone.
I don't excuse you.
No.
Or
Yeah, I've
forgive
got
you, or
the quest
whatever the words are.
1 and 2. And I'm questing
Yep.
this one. I'm in mice here. Yeah, it's mice. And before I choose, is it a point or is it cards? I will have a look. What's next?
Ooh, third bunny.
Oh, Pint of
That's not a
a
bunny.
Third mouse.
I will go with the point.
My body's cooled down now that the soup is run through it, and I'm very sad.
Now you're gonna aid your friend the Corvids.
I would like to, but the only card I have is a good deterrent, so
Ah,
I will just leave it as it is and draw 2 cards.
it's always the best excuse. I don't have the right card for it.
Oh, someone got a message.
Yep, that's me. Sorry about that. Let me.
A second, I need to drop a card.
So we took the point for that quest, it looks like.
Let's decide
Yeah,
which
yeah.
one.
We only got two. We got 2 points this turn. I think one, the
yes.
drawing and having to discard already is, a pretty good indicator. Don't draw cards.
So,
Yeah.
And then the new mouse quest also just means we're gonna get more points off of it. So
Right,
it's gonna be a good point cascade.
No, I agree with the choice. I just was stating for the audience at home.
bring this back.
Well, I don't understand that sentence at all, Luke. I'm
Let's
sorry.
The question, the
No,
question is mice.
I know.
No.
Want to buy anything, Gross?
I mean, to be fair, the
Probably
mice that
not.
we have can carry a 5-pound bag of flowers, so maybe.
Like how we made
You
two
all
different
gonna
jokes.
shut me out the whole game?
Well, that worried buying.
No, it's working just fine.
Oh, that's good.
No,
Yeah.
Did it go
That's
on
okay.
screen?
I'm thinking.
You-
thinking
No, it's
the-
working just fine.
I love how you stole my mouse.
A lot.
No, that's okay. I'm not complaining.
Let's buy for
Gregoola
free.
took points.
Really a lot.
You didn't like that?
Night, Tilda.
Did you feel like
Night, Tilda.
trying to trick you?
Have a good one.
No, just a lot. That's it.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah. I think I like this. I think I hate this.
Good. I love.
I think I hate buying a card to recruit with it, but maybe we just have to do it.
Ooh, false orders.
buying a card to recruit with.
Nobody
it.
judge me.
Yeah, if we're doing that, why not just buy like the bird ambush or
Or
something?
saboteur or sabos.
Because they keep saying,
Yeah.
"Don't buy from the otters."
Problem is that we
Everyone
are right,
had it.
usually.
You all heard that strategy guide clearly.
But it really evens out your hand. And
This kind
you
of
know,
makes me feel like we should have
feel
done
really
the charm
good.
again. Should have done the charm offensive last turn.
this is an extort.
Right,
for
we did
this.
turn down a
Extort
draw we could
because
have
this
gotten,
one's there.
We
which
should've-
maybe could have been the recruit.
I will
Yeah.
spend this
And like
to recruit
while
foxes again.
was a potential point for somebody else, I feel like this early in the game, it's a little bit easier to give people points.
Right.
Or it's a lot harder
just
because
start
you
your
have no
points.
idea who to give them to.
You know not to give it to moles.
That's true. That really just leaves.
Okay,
blizzards.
actually.
Yeah, or T, Umberto. That's a good point.
Going to.
Could have
T-
drawn the T to
Someone's
discard
pointing
it.
out you
To
did
deny
get
it from-
points for the
Deny it
flipping.
from anybody, really.
Oh, correct.
Deny it from
Thank you.
the vagabond to just have T. Deny points from everyone else.
It's the
What we're
worst
saying
part.
is you had 4
I
choices.
do stuff.
And you
then I
made
don't.
the wrong one.
4 good choices and 1 bad choice, and you made the wrong
I
one.
moved it
Yeah,
Wrong.
I said that wrong.
It happens all the time.
It was meant to be comedic, and then I said it wrong. I'm just gonna drop it.
I think
Yeah,
that's the
one of the
challenge
skaters
you
are hard
this
to
when
do,
you're not
right?
used to it is the brain power it takes for me to move things around is
Would you like lemon? No, it doesn't come out well. Lemon.
No, that's probably the sourest
It is
one.
the sourest one. Grape.
How sour are these?
Pretty sour.
Give me the least sour one.
Cola.
So we're going to.
Soda flavored.
Soda flavor.
It's ramen.
Yeah, but ramen is just lemon.
No, it's not.
That's what it's originated in.
Well, yeah.
Ramen is a romanization of lemon.
Okay, I see it. Can I have the grape one?
Yes, you can have a grape one.
That one's
Plot.
not as sour as
Just don't have lemon. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Goes over here.
I mean, I did say they were all sour.
You did. Oh, it got worse.
And move again over there. So that was move, plot, move. I'm not going to mess around with Charm Offensive.
Interesting,
Won't
really
exert.
consolidating
We'll draw 2
in-
cards.
In Texas.
We're setting up for a defensible plot over there. It looks like.
All right.
And then we put a plot down
I
here
will adjust
where
the
people can't really mess
outcast.
with it. It's a nice
Getting rid of the
conservative
lost
or
rolls.
Corvid play.
Perform
you know?
no conspiracy.
We're taking things slow and steady.
I'm not gonna.
I think
buy
it's just
this
really
train.
interesting to plot in Texas because it's so connected.
I'm sorry,
A lot of
JrBacon.
times when I see the
No, that's
Corvin's
okay.
plot, I feel like they normally plot around like the edge of
I
the
I
map.
appreciate
Sure.
it first.
I think that's why we're putting so many there.
I'm always here for you, just so you know that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I love having business relationships. But I'm gonna go ahead. And spend this mouse
All
to
right,
score.
doing a score, very consistent.
Yeah.
No conspiracies because we have no acolytes. Makes sense.
Then
Down to 2 cards again though. That is the one issue with Maroon Broker if nobody crafts.
am I being
Well-
sorted here?
But it will pay off in the long run, I think.
This is really the issue of not buying last turn and then being less incentivized to buy this turn
Right.
because Corvid's bought. You know.
Yes, absolutely.
This
Absolutely.
plot is a snare.
Nice job.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. So
I'll take
So-
my back. I'm going to recruit twice.
Purrmastuck could have waited
Money clear.
and done that after their daylight phase, using the cards for actions and then doing it in evening. But if you're committing resources here, you probably do want to know whether that's going to be bad for you.
I agree. I think that's really what it came down to was that Purrmastuck wanted that clearing, but didn't want to risk getting snared out of it.
Snared or extorted or bombed, all these things bad for lizards.
Yeah.
So it was a gamble.
It was definitely a gamble, but I think it
I
paid
think
off.
I'm good on buying something.
Dude,
this
Daylight
round.
Show, no fear.
Assert dominance.
No, that's a different card.
So
I
place
have
the warrior
determined that I
here.
like sour candies because they warm up my body.
I'm going to for action 1
We're going straight into buildings.
Ooh.
reveal this to build a
I wonder if
So
that
good
last
idea.
card we did not reveal was the coins.
Perhaps.
action 2. I'm gonna do the same.
Ooh.
We're going heavy into
into
the
citadels.
recruiting.
And this is especially interesting.
Then we're gonna go to
We have a T in hand as well.
I've said that citadels are more important in the Marauder meta.
the
We're not in the Marauder meta right now. This is all Underworld and Riverfolk
Yeah.
and base game factions.
Yeah, the base.
We probably could have gotten away with a market strat
one
with less fear here because we don't have the fightiness of a charismatic
Marauders.
Eerie, of Warlord, of a determined Badgers.
Badgers can be very determined.
They can. And markets would have helped us to control the outcast better to prevent sanctifies.
No, we
I
don't.
do have a question. Is the Harrier an OG Vagabond?
No, the Harrier came in the
Don't
Vagabond
do
pack,
this
which
way,
was part of the
ministers.
Underworld
I'm gonna
Kickstarter.
reveal
Okay, so
this
really this is just
box,
Underworld versus
this
Riverfolk
clearing
expansion
that I
setup.
still have a
Yeah.
tunnel in.
Sweet.
I'm gonna reveal
Can I have
this
a
ambush for this clearing, and I'm gonna reveal this.
Okay,
to
so
match
we had
this way.
triple for reveal, but we had to get rid of a bird card for
And
it.
I'm going to sway the mayor
Underworld Showdown.
for 2 points.
Getting up that action economy.
Very solid.
Mm-hmm. A little sad because we did the double build. We can't get a
We
lord this
are
turn.
going to discard the boat builders,
But that might be better to not scare the table.
and then
We only have 3 clearings anyway.
all these in my hand.
That's true.
1, 2, 3.
Well, we moved out of one.
And then I'm going to
Crap that swap meet.
craft swap meet.
Very solid.
Yep. Especially with otters in the game,
No,
when you know what you can get.
Steal. Yeah, absolutely.
Draw a card.
Clearly, next
And
turn we're
pass
going
my
to see a
turn.
double build in mouse, so we can craft.
All right.
Okay, so there are 2 citadels there. And we are doing something about it, or we let him accumulate dozen moles?
Do you want to go fight it?
Well, I can, but I will not get through myself.
I'm spending a mole to craft
That is a Corvid,
saboteurs.
but okay.
Or not a mole, crow.
Won't you go on your crafting spot?
Uh,
I said spot, didn't I?
No, I'm
I heard
going
an
to
L.
spend for just 1, 2, put 2 back in there to
Place the bunny trade post, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. That would be the only one we could place out.
I'll fix that.
Need to get a guy also.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Thank you. And that should be in that spot there. There we go.
Underfold.
I am going to.
Take the points.
Oh, sorry, I'm. 1, 2. And then I put 1 down for a card. That's not.
Ooh, juicy.
Lizards like to see that in the game.
Absolutely.
They don't love to see it in someone else's hand, but we'll get there.
We will get there.
Flip that.
Would you like more crossbows?
That is both of the crossbow cards. You cannot
Fancy.
craft either.
And,
in fact, we
why
can't really
not?
craft
I'm
anything.
going to craft that one. I'm going to use that for crafting, and I'm going to craft for root tea.
Cannot do that with the order you set it
Oh,
up
this
in.
is about to get extremely dangerous.
Yeah, no, that actually is breaking the rules because we crafted before placing the other trade posts.
Now, you know what? I changed my mind.
I will not draw my card.
Oh, Purrmastuck.
Let's leave it there, and I'm actually going to give this back. Crows, where are you?
I'm down here.
I'm just surprised that we're giving back one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Not just yet. If the vagabond wants it, he can buy it.
Okay, so luckily we didn't have the
Alright.
accidental rules mistake.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm going to
Just
leave
because-
my card, or
Like-
And again, that would have been a very simple thing to correct in real life.
Yes.
Just like, I just flipped the order that I placed the trade post and that I
crafted
crafted
the
saboteurs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right,
but it
Gregoola.
just-
Walk up here and hit this twice, and I'll craft you a hammer.
Wow.
Okay, that's a deal.
If you don't do it, I'll craft you a root tea.
No, we need to hit it because it will be game over very soon.
Okay.
So I will hit the.
Those are some
I will
quite
not
juicy
even move the
deals.
trolls,
I think
not
Vagabond
kill it,
wins
so-
either way.
Yeah, it means I'm gonna need to dedicate my turn to
The
do
question, I mean, the hammer.
Yeah.
It
I feel like it's the
Next
teach.
turn
It's
I
a
can
teach a
also
man versus give a man a
overdraw
fish,
and
teach a
dump
man to
those
fish.
in the,
it's
discard if you'd like.
it's interesting because Harrier currently has a 50-50 chance of getting the hammer on their own, you know,
Yes.
and Harrier's not going to be able to punch all the way through this.
No. No. Best we can do would be to get 4.
Yes, kill 4 dudes, get 2 points for it.
Yep. And then this is
Back-
also giving up a turn of getting more items from the ruins
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we have to use the glide.
Yeah, glide is the only way we get there.
Luckily,
Right, I
it's
will
on
come
the
to
edge of
the
one
turn
of
out.
the. It's on the edge of one of the ruins, so they can go back into it pretty easily next turn, assuming they don't get. This is not mutual destruction.
Yes.
I'm like, what words?
Move here.
But this is definitely an interesting place to start going into round 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do the scores look like again? You can just scoot over to the left slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I forgot to write them down.
A lot of deliberation here. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Squidmark, if he's gonna buy the tea with the
Yeah.
bag and coin.
That's true. We can buy the tea.
It's the only reason I can think
The whole
of.
point would be that you will be able to finish it off because otherwise it.
Yeah, I'll have 4 actions. I can move, battle, or just move, battle.
It's the only reason I can think of to be deliberating at this stage of the turn.
All right. It's a good point. It's a good point.
I lose a turn, but I guess.
I lose a turn, but do I not lose the game?
Depending on how it shakes out, I might not be able to plot either, so I'll lose a turn too.
Well, Squidmark, the idea is that
Yep.
they're gonna go and beat the crap out of the moles, so he would have to.
Hey.
Well, there's basically three paths that Gregoola could take here. Ignoring the offer entirely and going after the bunny ruin.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Not ignoring the offer but purchasing,
Mm-hmm.
and not ignoring the offer and not purchasing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if we need to fund the otters. Not fund the otters.
Fund the others so that they're the ones who do it, is the
Okay.
proposal.
Well, otters go after moles.
Right, that is the issue.
So that's not gonna happen. I think the part is just like the concern of not being able to get tea next turn. Because the only person who really would, I think, craft it, and I guess all of them have potential to just steal it from hand and sit on it. Especially since
How are
we
you
already
gonna
know where one of the
move?
other teas are.
With the torch. I cannot do it otherwise.
So it looks like we are not purchasing.
No.
Okay, now I need
We're not
to do
purchasing,
that.
and it looks like we are just going to glide in and
Battle. Yeah.
glide in with our claws out as we land. I just want to put some really strange imagery into your head.
Is it that strange?
No,
Okay.
I don't think I can imagine a flying squirrel
not doing that.
not doing that.
That's fair.
My friend.
Yep.
We're doing an aid,
Oh.
exhausting the coins.
Okay. Okay.
That's a point. I at least have a point out of it.
At least you got a point before that I can totally get
And
that.
I will exhaust the torch to do this.
I don't think I ever will take a
Sit down.
turn that's entirely to my own detriment, but helps everyone else take care of a threat.
Sure. You have to make sure that you are gaining
Something.
value.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kitaro's right. You're most likely going to take damage. You might as well exhaust the item.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to hit them all. Do you have an ambush? So we have mice one, but
It's like a head of mice.
okay. Oh,
Gosh.
that hurt. Okay, another one.
River.
All right. These are some terrible
Terrible
rolls.
Yep.
Obviously, Stanley has a very big favoring to the clearing right next to him.
Well,
Apparently.
I did what I could.
Yeah,
I hoped for 4 guys. I got 1.
It was a valiant effort.
We got 2 points, one from
Well,
the battle, one
I
from
think
the
it was-
aid.
Not
Yeah.
very necessary because
Not the best points to
Very
action
bad.
conversion,
No.
turn off events.
but RNG is what it is.
Nope.
Okay, I guess I gotta do what I said I was gonna do.
I guess I have to craft for 2 points.
Craft for 2
Take
points.
hammer.
You're giving the
Yeah, 2
Vagabond the
points.
potential hammer, and you're giving the lizard a card.
Not flipping because of
True.
rudeness. Very, very rude. I'm gonna spend that lovely aid.
Okay, so what's interesting, so we might go to Hated Fox, which would be pretty bad for crows because they're the only ones in Fox. However, I don't think we have any acolytes anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes, exactly.
Can I have a cola?
Action 1, I'll move.
What do I look like, a mini fridge?
Let me just make
Yes.
sure I did everything right.
Yes, you
Crafted, no flipping, recruiting,
do. And an oven.
actions.
And a stove.
So action 1, I'm gonna move. Action 2, I'm gonna battle the moles here.
Go for it.
Okay, still sticking to the full deal after the... And doing much better at it.
Yeah.
Oh, 3-1.
You know, this makes sense. You're going to get your 3 points off it and hurt your biggest threat at the table.
That was better roll than mine, a bit.
No ambush, I'm assuming.
And I mean, honestly,
Go for it.
because of the RNG for Vagabond, it also helps slow the Vagabond down in a way.
That does take out everything.
It does.
Does indeed.
That's unfortunate for moles.
So for
Sucks.
price of failure 1.
Unfortunate for moles. Great for corvids.
Lose the math.
3 points.
Corvids in the lead. Nerf
Scary.
when?
So that was move, battle.
I'm determined Cole is my least favorite.
Guerric, I'm gonna have a question just to make sure I understand how Charm Offensive works. I can Charm Offensive, draw a card, give a point, and then exert after that to draw a card, or to take an extra action, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works.
So I will, at the beginning
I'm always
of
happy when
evening,
players confirm their
I'll draw a card
intuition.
and give a point
Absolutely.
to
Me?
Yeah, Johnny Spud. That's always the danger of
my friend,
citadels.
the river folk over here.
Their value is on a delay
Why, thank
from
you very
markets.
much.
Markets, you will always get your value.
1
That's
point
one of the
on
reasons I'm
card.
such a big advocate for them.
Is that a pity point? Because no one.
No, it's just a 5th place point.
There you go.
5th in turn order point. And then I'll use the remaining one to exert action to plot up here. I don't draw cards because I exerted, and that'll be it.
Very cool.
Solid turn for corvids.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because, I mean, that one mole did make all the difference
It did.
for them.
It did.
Make a purchase. For
Wizards
my
are
good
purchasing.
friend, the
Are we
otters.
purchasing the dominance card?
That's very thoughtful of you.
We are purchasing the dominance card.
Makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
It now can be effectively permanently under our control.
Yep.
And it enables
I'm going
our engine in a big
to-
way.
Spend it.
Well, first we need to get rid
It's
of
a
the
dominance card.
fossils
We do.
and
Oh,
turn
wait,
that to
I'm
hated.
sorry.
Got
I
it.
have to do this stuff first. This goes to hated.
Yep.
This
So
stuff
what's really
gets spent.
interesting about
I don't
this
perform
being in
any
not
conspiracies.
mouse is that we have no
And then I'm going to spend this.
we have no gardens in not
I'll
mouse.
score my
Yes.
2 points.
So we cannot craft anything.
Yep.
I will. Reveal this mouse card to recruit over there.
Interesting seeing the recruits on the opposite side of the
Revealing
board.
these 2 bird
What I would have
cards.
liked to see is a mouse
get two
probably in
echoes.
Texas because it just gives us more flexibility to crusade from.
Yeah, that would be nice. It feels like
Will recruit.
Purrmastuck is intentionally setting up a second mouse clearing.
Yep.
Either in the case of losing this one or to go tall in mouse. I don't know.
Well, we did just put down a bunny garden though, so it looks like we might be going
2 cards.
for a bit more of a spread.
No, yeah, it looks like we're also setting up the traditional spread, but with hairier in the game, we can assume this druid is going to go.
That's true.
So this is actually a 2-slot mouse clearing, and in that case, it makes sense as either a backup or, I mean, it makes less sense for going tall, but
Discard 2.
I've seen people do it.
Or
I will say it's
That's
very
not all-
interesting
not all.
that
just this top one. I'll actually discard.
it's very interesting that we decided to kill 2 guys instead of potentially even claiming that dominance.
Yeah.
Sorcerers.
So it looks like Fox might be the suit
I'm
we're
going
not
to-
caring about right now.
Which is interesting because there's currently a 2-slot fox clearing ripe for the taking.
It's true. And
And-
this, like, honestly, this is the one situation where I would advocate going for all 3 suits because there are not a lot of factions that care about clearings.
Right.
I think I have a similar question for Guerric. Can I swap meat before deciding to buy from the river folk, or do I have to buy first?
You do need to buy first because it's at the start of Birdsong, and all start of effects must be done before in effects.
Yep. Cool.
I think I made that mistake in our game the other
Just
night.
wanted to make
I'm sure you
sure. Um,
Otters are a difficult faction to play with for timing reasons, honestly.
I'm gonna double check that so I'm not crazy, but I'm 90% sure of that.
I'm pretty confident in that one as well, but
Where is it in the law?
buying services at the start of another player's Birdsong. You just go up a little bit, 11.2.6.
sorry, I'm just having a think.
Aha, there it is. Thank you.
My eyes are slightly faster. What are we purchasing? Are we going to purchase the root tea and make sure the vagabond never gets it?
But I will swap meat otters.
Okay, so we're not purchasing, but we are going to do the swap meet.
Yeah.
So I guess otters, if you are able to stack your
Alright.
cards and flip them and shuffle them.
That's the one annoying part about a swap meet with Riverfolk in the game. It's just the time it takes to do this.
Yep,
Alright.
that looks sufficiently random, and then I'll draw one off the top. Cool.
But what was it? Show me a hand.
Okay, it was the bird crossbow.
What? You can have that one back.
Makes sense. Moles do not love bird cards.
No,
Although, there's a fox dom we could have swapped for.
that's true.
No.
I do think, well, Dom Swap is known as a very kind of common strategy for lizards at this point. I feel like, generally speaking, it's not as common with the moles.
It's fairly synonymous with the lizards, and I think it's underutilized. People mention it, doing it for the moles, and then don't actually do it very much. And I think it's underutilized for other factions in general.
Humberto, they were asking if they had to do buy from the otters before doing swap meet, and
Yeah.
the answer to that was yes.
Yes.
It's not that moles need more options; it's that moles have options that they're just choosing to ignore.
They just have too many options.
I mean, yeah. I want to go drink the rest of that soup.
That's what I'm saying, Duncan. Do you want to go scurry off screen and make slurping noises?
No, I'm okay. All right, Duncan, I'm not gonna lie. When you said please buff moles, all I just thought about were buff moles, kind of like the soul birds.
Recruit twice.
I don't like it. I can't actually have a visual image, but my brain just thought that's the path that my brain went down.
Oh, you can put that image in my head.
Sweet.
Move these. We're going to move them all up here, and then we're going to move.
So luckily
Then
for
all
Arcanine, we still
into
had a
this
tunnel
middle grade.
to move through. So
Yeah.
that at least kind of kept us.
That's actually low-key
That's
great
mine.
for us. That we had that extra tunnel,
Absolutely.
Actions.
and we were able to utilize it before it got eaten.
As usually.
Twice on your turn.
That's a good idea, Katare.
Or twice with your daylight actions.
I did.
Okay. Oh, I'm just
There was already one mole in the burrow.
Cool. I was just
Yeah, so then at the beginning of the turn, yeah, so then I placed one and then, yeah,
Or
movement.
our mole.
And now
I
for
mean,
swaying,
he's got the arm out and
we
everything.
have a mouse
We're the worst.
clearing. We have a fox clearing with the tunnel still.
Hey,
Hey,
Prince
hey,
Bang.
welcome back.
We have a bunny
How's
clearing.
the
So we're gonna grab
wisdom teeth removal
Banker.
feeling?
for 2 points.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that was a thing. It was earlier in the chat before the game started.
Got it. I was not paying attention to chat then.
I'm
I
gonna
was.
Thank you.
return these, and then I'm gonna draw a card and toss the turn.
You know, it's not surprising how low crafting we've seen.
I'm moving all my stuff back.
Chat's tattling on you.
They asked me how the draft was. I said I was content. I hoped it was vague enough to give them hope.
There's nothing vague about that.
Well, it's I wasn't. So that's why I was happy, and I said I'm
If you don't
content.
mind, go get
So
them. I
therefore,
told you I'd get
could be
them.
vague.
There's nothing
to
vague
you
about
back,
that.
So I will.
I mean, it doesn't say anything. Normally, I'd be ecstatic if lizards were in.
And I will recruit them here.
Thank you.
All right, so we're doing some.
And I'm gonna
recruiting
battle
on the river?
my thing. I'm gonna battle the crows here.
All right. You're not getting no more charm offensive points.
I just gotta do
Hey,
it.
Silent Echo, thank you so much for the gift sub.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, if you want to. I'm not going to ambush you.
Okay. I get a point for that. Sorry, crows.
Are you really though?
And I'm going to draw one more card.
We spent a lot of funds this turn recruiting.
We did, and it could pay off if they survive. Ooh, Master Engravers. If they stick around, if we can
Absolutely.
consolidate them and make use of them.
And
Absolutely.
But I don't love how low we are on funds now. Gotta say.
This is the way
service to
that
community.
Junior Bacon plays, though.
True.
To get rid of the T.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
But Junior Bacon
So
also
you go there,
uh,
go here.
did this in round 2, right?
No,
Round 1?
round
Not
one.
as nice.
He did this in round 1-on-1 with this tactic.
Things
Charm
are
offensive
A little
points.
bit more tense.
a little more tense, a little meaner in round 3.
I
Doing
would
what
agree
I
with
can.
that, yes.
All right, I think that's it. I didn't get any. I only got the 1 point, so I am done.
Okay.
I will say
And I
for
only
a
have 3 funds, just so you
this
all are
mix
aware
of factions
how
this
many
is a
funds
very
I have.
even game in terms of scoring. The pack is staying together.
Moles could have started to pull ahead, this turn or next turn,
Had they not been smashed.
had they not been smashed. Thungan, currently everyone except for Gregoola is fighting for their round 4 spot.
Round 4, potentially semifinals.
Potentially
but we don't know.
semifinals.
I'll let you know on Sunday, maybe. While I'm in the air, flying a plane.
We know what we need for it to be semifinals.
I will not say it out loud though.
Yeah, I know.
Because I will jinx it somehow.
Yeah, don't jinx it. It can still happen. Oh.
All right. Lots of thoughts going on here. Nev, don't give away secrets.
Yes, we can. We have to have no winners all weekend.
Because that's physically possible. Man, it's so weird that everyone's power got cut at the exact same time.
I know. Guess we can't reschedule.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh stuff. To
All right,
get
so
that one.
I'm very curious to see what we're gonna do because we do have the aid for the for the hammer. We do have, but the issue is if we want to get another ruin item, we're not really going to be doing that.
Right. So if we slip, we're not in a clearing with corvids.
Correct.
We have no
Is
access.
there a key
No.
that takes you back to your own board
But we-
just automatically?
Okay, so
you
here's
have
actually really
a
interesting.
thing for it.
Yeah, so it's not automatic.
There's a 50-50 chance we get
So
either
if
a
you
hammer,
position your camera
which
over
we
your
could
board
use
and
to
get
craft
I think it's
I'm gonna
shift
something.
and a
that.
number.
or we get the boot, which means we can move back to get the hammer.
Right. That's what I was going to get to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you got excited and said it before I could.
Yeah. Well, you just need to be more excited about it.
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
That's unacceptable here. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Walrus-
infamous Walrus Law is the only 3-0 at the moment.
He's really upholding the law of the Walrus Mafia.
I thought he was the Walrus opposing the Walrus Mafia.
No, that's fair. That's a good point. Could be either. I mean, Mafia has laws. Got their own set of rules. Cuckoo cuckoo.
That's
I'm just saying.
one.
I know.
But also, I was reading devs.
I know. Yeah, I mean, he's just showing everyone how it's done. Just like, oh, you guys say that corvids and cats are bottom tier? I'm just going to win with them.
I mean, to be fair, though, he has not yet won with lizards, so therefore it doesn't really
And
matter.
Let's go. The turn.
Another player had a screen name as Walrus Mafia.
Yeah.
Prince or Bing, we know are no longer allowed to play
Okay,
that game in our
I'm
house.
gonna guess.
What? That's not true.
A snare here.
Don't make up stories for chat. Oh. We stayed in place. We are exposing.
Let me double check.
Or we might be exposing
It's not a snare.
before slipping.
Ooh.
That's a nasty card to give me. I can't discard this.
There isn't even a story. See what you've done? They think there's a story now.
Clearly,
So-
you weren't there for all the bloodshed.
Mm-hmm. Shall I?
No, the main reason I don't play games like that anymore is because everyone just thinks I'm
Okay.
evil no matter what I do, even if I'm
So
not evil,
second
but
guess,
I'm evil
sir?
half the time, so.
Please no.
Please, no.
What are you guessing?
Exort.
Damn, guys.
Rough. Very rough.
Okay. Oh, that was that.
Yeah, you might say that sets back crows. Oh boy.
No.
2 successful exposures.
I might want it. Jump.
Yeah, Decoy in a rough position here with the 2 successful exposures for sure.
Oh, thank you, Gragra. I'm glad you enjoy them.
Also, I love your name.
Prince Coyote.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
So do we need to get rid of our social deduction games now? If we're not allowed to play Mafia, we have to get rid of Werewolf and Witch Hunt and Resistance?
I mean, to be fair, were we ever going to play them?
No, but do we have to get rid of them?
I mean, we don't have to get rid of them. They'll just sit there collecting
You
dust.
said we're not allowed to play them.
Guess. Okay, so now
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
not totally wrong.
to use the coins.
But I will say it's a little lost on TTS because
Like an
you're
8?
not having the facial expressions of seeing someone putting things down or
Let's hammer.
hammer, hammer, hammer.
Exposure is just too good.
Exposure is quite
1,
good.
2,
It's
3,
too good.
4, 5, 6. Okay, step back. And then let's.
I wonder if it should only be during
Make a
daylight.
jump.
Because then at least it gets around the reveal double use cards.
I feel like it's a whole conversation. We don't need.
We do not need to have that conversation.
We don't need to have
is
that
correct.
conversation every time Corvids come up.
Paid again.
Prince Urbane Cole also once said, "Guerric is right. Listen to Guerric," and I don't believe a word of that.
So we're aiding Corvids a lot.
Yeah.
Which is
After
interesting.
that, I will battle the tunnel. Do you have an
I
ambush?
don't know if Corvids are
That's two.
the best faction to go allied with either.
Right. I mean, they could, without too much difficulty, they could
And
force themselves
now it's time for
hostile.
coalition
Yeah.
play.
But it might purely just be, opportunism.
Absolutely.
They had an item we wanted. May as well double down, get for the points.
Yeah. I mean, but the hair care looking pretty scary here.
Yeah.
Definitely a concern. We didn't even get a ruin item that turn, so
We effectively did by getting a hammer. you
yeah.
know?
I mean, but that's
That's
more
true.
guaranteed.
I think it's time to smack the vagabond.
Could be, yeah. Problem is I need him.
Understood.
Yeah, things looking real good for the Vagabond right now because Moles, the person who were in the best position to do something about it, got beaten down first and now are busy rebuilding.
Yep.
Otters could do something about it,
Yep.
but I don't know
Um,
how much they are willing to go do that.
crafting. What do I have?
Especially
I have a fox.
considering
No, I
the
don't have a fox
location.
anymore. I just have one.
So, but what's really interesting
Great.
here is because we are in Fox, if we stay hated Fox, we could see the lizards convert a Corvids over there and then just whack them to never give them those potential 8 points.
The Harrier, you mean?
Yeah.
You could do that, but why go out of your way to do that when, you'll take so much advantage from the first few aids?
That's true.
Not going to craft anything. I'll spend this to recruit into yellow.
I do agree, Bigfoot. I do agree. Despot
What's
Infamy
going
does not
there?
mean avoid getting Infamy entirely.
Right. It's just more
It means you have to
Particular.
You just have to supplement it more.
One's
Yeah.
going there.
When we tested it, because we did a lot of testing,
I'll put one there.
it had very little effect on the Vagabond scoring pace in the early and mid game. It was mostly in the end game where it had a noticeable effect.
well, funnily enough,
This is gonna
I've been
be
looking at
foxes.
scoring graphs
It's
over the
quite
course of the
more
game.
warriors on the board than
And
anyone
between
else.
ad
That
set
doesn't
and
seem right.
the +1 pool draft
I've
for
only been
Vagabond
plotting once
scoring,
per turn.
there was no statistical significance between the two
Between Despot Infamy and non-Despot Infamy.
between the two models. Yeah, because of using the +1 pool draft versus the ad set draft, which we use Despot Infamy for the ad set draft. These are just from the winter tournaments,
Right.
or just the tournaments in general, I should say. But yeah, there was no statistical significance between the two scoring models. So that says something.
Yeah. And that's exactly the question, Johnny. Who's hitting Vagabond? Because
Oh yeah.
someone needs to start doing it, realistically.
And I mean, it's very strange to say, but in this particular situation, the crows are in the best position to.
They are.
The crows are in the best position to do this.
Crows and otters.
Number one, I'm going to battle the Harrier here.
Hey, there you go.
Why are you doing it?
But
Because you removed
why?
my plot. That was very nice.
You did remove the plot.
Would you like to ambush me?
Ooh.
Excellent.
Okay, so you found a bird
Interesting.
ambush.
We're not
I did
friends
my
anymore.
duty.
So that's the second bird ambush. The first being over here in the otter
That
market.
actually makes the
True,
rest of my
that's
turn
true.
a lot easier. We'll plot once here.
Interesting.
So that did notably just make Vagabond's job a little bit harder. Because if you go hostile with moles, it doesn't tend to matter too much because moles hole up, You go hostile with Corvids, they're everywhere. It's kind of like going hostile with cats. Now you have to pay the hostile tax when moving into most clearings.
I mean, to be fair, we're never moving with boots.
That's true. We may never bother with those last 2 ruins. We may never pick up a boot as Harrier.
Or even if we do, we might just use it as like a throwaway item more so than a anything else. But like right now, we are moving through slipping and gliding. We are not caring too much about the boots. Yeah, boot armor is always good.
Not doing that.
Nev.
Hey, giving the
Some actions were battle, plot, and then there's going to be another plot over here.
getting government money from the government was one of the things on the trashy if you're poor but classy if you're rich list. So we're in round 4,
So
by
that
the
was
way.
battle,
just
plot.
Interesting that
Then
we.
I'm going to move this guy here for my 4th action.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
would
use
have
charm
preferred to see
offensive,
the Texas being the
I'm
more
not- I'm gonna
defensive
exert
plot.
now.
Right,
Too.
right. I'm surprised we didn't do the
Discard 1.
the cheap plot here, the more expensive plot up there.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll keep the foxes.
So we're staying fox for
Lizards.
lizards.
What's
Lizards
up?
not able
Lizards
to do much.
and moles. If
Yes.
you each buy a card, I'll go take care of the vagabond.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm going to turn. It's to replace my warriors. He has 2 swords. If I send him into the forest, it's going to cost me warriors. I just want to keep my warriors.
What happens if I'm the only one that buys a card? You're still gonna do this?
I'll buy something.
I'll still
I'll buy
do
something.
it. I'm going to turn them into warriors. I'm not. I won't even. I won't get any points off them.
Okay, that's beautiful. I'll buy this.
Harrier is definitely the closest to
spots.
space travel.
I'll get
That's
rid of
really
those.
funny. That's really funny.
To perform any conspiracies.
But yeah, I agree. That
Can we see
was
the board?
that was some smart deal making on JrBacon's part.
Yep.
Slightly weakened the offer by admitting he would do it anyway if only one person bought, or just that he was going to do it sort of no matter what. But it was the right thing to do, to speak up and say, hey, let's work together and deal with this vagabond problem.
Move my cord.
We are really shoring up
Or not my
that
cord,
clearing
my
there.
lizards.
No one is getting through that.
Okay.
I like
I'm
making
going
it
to
defensible. I don't like giving up our safety
I
crusades
will.
to do it.
I agree. We
Spin
are
this
dom
to claim this
swapping.
mouse dominance. Then I'm going to spend the mouse dominance to
Why not pay for
score
it?
2 points. I'm going to build
Sitting on a
a bake
coins.
sale.
Which, could be devastating, could not be, depending on what the table allows for the lizards to do.
And then spend a swap meet.
Yes, AJ squared. It's called glide, and they are literally flying
Score
between
2
clearings.
points.
All right, we got a double score from the lizards. Love to see it.
Yep, very good for staying
I'm going to
competitive. Can't craft that.
That's what we used. No, he just moved the card. He's still got.
Oh,
the cards.
got it.
He's got 3 actions that he's looking at doing.
Got it. I thought we picked cards back up.
All right, we are grabbing. Yep.
spend that to claim this box dominance.
Okay, good. Love to see the
Choosing
box
to-
dominance get claimed by really anybody at this point.
Root. Murder.
Oh, so the Guerric is
there.
playing Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
I see.
That is absolutely what's happening, and not at all the torch is just the universal special action item.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No, Gragar, you are not. In fact, I think I might be the
And
biggest lizard
lastly, I
stand.
will
Or
reveal
blind,
the amateur
biggest
spot
blind lizard
to
stand.
perform.
You have a lizard
my
T-shirt
conspiracy.
that you made.
Do. I did make a
We're not
lizard
gonna
t-shirt.
perform it.
I also made a
Sacrifice.
bunch of
There we
other
go.
lizard.
I know this.
Basic
I know this
things
faction.
that
I know
will-
what's going on.
She has a little lizard shrine in
I
her
think it's
closet.
GTA.
Don't talk about my lizard shrine.
She sacrifices a lizard to it every night.
I do not. I
It's
sacrifice a
brain
goat. Thank you very
Um,
much.
She sacrifices a goat to it every night.
After all of that, I get my stuff back. I can craft, but I have no fox things to craft with, so I'm going to draw 3 cards.
A bird would be the thing. You're right,
Right,
Duncan.
you're right. I
You're right.
sacrifice a bird. Goats don't exist in this world.
Goats are a type of bird. Fun
Didn't
fact.
you know that?
Fun fact, yeah. Oh, you really liked that one, huh?
Discard
I
it.
think I broke.
I'm more amused by how much you enjoyed it than by the joke.
Ending my turn.
Okay, so what's going on? Talk about the game,
my
please.
turn. I'm actually gonna buy
Moles are also purchasing from otters.
Okay, okay.
That's interesting.
and I'm going to
Did you say riverboats?
I don't know, I
swap
couldn't hear you.
meat. I'm gonna swap meet the vagabond. Do you wanna
I mean, that is definitely not a bad strategy, Katari.
Yeah, buying engravers go P&D would not be bad at all.
just grab one from your hand?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I should have drank some caffeine before this game. I am yawning so much.
I'm in, like, I want snack mode. Just never a good bone to be in.
It's just when you see big rat energy.
Which one do you get back?
She with a...
This one back.
Okay, that's a lot. Well, less cards.
Mhm.
Huh.
So 2 actions.
Did you get your
I want a
birds of
minister
die?
that allows me to have more than 5 cards in
No,
hand.
no, thank you.
You want what?
A minister that allows me to keep more than 5 cards in hand.
Actually, that could maybe be an interesting craftable.
I'm gonna reveal to put a
Okay, so we're going back for
Market.
items.
here.
Could easily craft
I'm
that tea.
going to reveal to put a market here.
This is probably why we bought riverboats, so we could move those 4 up and defend it.
Actions.
Very good idea. That's a good point.
Qatar.
That reminds me, I had a coworker earlier today and I looked over to screen and I swear someone else in the meeting had just like Minecraft in the background. And I'm like, ah, yes, he lives in the world of Minecraft.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
Now you're breaking.
Yeah. The Nev's comment works on multiple levels. It's great.
And here.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like we are heading up towards
No,
the
we're gonna
mouse.
leave one behind.
Nope, we're leaving one. Okay, we'll make
For
sense for
swaying,
sway.
probably.
Not in many clearings at this point. We're only in 3, and 3 is the number of cards in our hand. If we want to
Sway, yeah.
sway, the highest tier we can sway.
Yep.
Wait, no, we can't sway nobles anymore. We're out.
And then we're
Never
gonna
mind.
Here, so this is.
I forgot we swayed Banker last turn.
Then we're just doing this to yeah. Okay.
Then I'm going to.
Well, I think the hope for the moles right now is that the
Just,
riverfolk will go after the harrier,
This.
and they'll have a turn to breathe.
Okay, we scored one from Banker. Got it.
Then I'm going to sway,
But Ibn Rook,
revealing.
what does God need with the starship?
Bunny
Would you like 2 teas?
and wild fur mouse.
Hmm.
I'm gonna grab.
I see. That's unfortunate. So, ideally, we would have scored Banker with the Corvid Planners, so that we don't have to discard 2 cards. You know, we could have discarded 1.
Makes sense.
But we had to do
Grab
this
the marshal for a point.
to sway because we would have needed to leave 2 warriors behind
Versus the
versus the one.
Yep, we got our
I'm
marshal.
going to Return everything to my hand.
Oh, gotta get rid of the bird.
Oh, sorry, discarding the colored
Got it.
bonds because it's a bad card. Then I'm going to craft these 2 root teas.
Yep.
For 4 points.
Just go for it.
Holy.
Nice.
All right.
And stop the Vagabond from getting them because they were a meanie and killed me on turn 1.
I will draw my 2 cards.
And lizards
go
get
for
to
it.
draw 2 cards from that, which they're, not complaining about.
Oh yeah, lizards are happy. And this is a strong, I hesitate to call it a pump and dump play from moles because they defended the buildings, but it's a strong burst.
It's definitely a strong burst for the moles, especially with the setback that they had.
Yeah.
Then I will
But I don't know, a lizard with
draw
7 cards
3
in hand
cards.
also seems terrifying.
No, yeah, I mean, this is just quietly making lizards great, and they were already in a good spot. They were keeping
pace.
not even keeping pace, they were helping set the pace.
That's
you know?
true. That's
Do
true.
anything.
Yep.
Harrier now can pick up teas. Like, the tea question is now
Worth using.
not a question.
Something.
Yeah. They're on the board. They are available.
Yeah.
It's a really scary swap meet, is what he's saying.
I'm more
What do you-
commenting on the Marine Broker, given
Okay,
how
so
many
trying
cards
to get rid
lizards
of,
have in hand.
lizards
And I know I
Marine Broker.
contributed to that a little bit that turn, but there's still a lot of items left to be crafted.
I mean, Prince or Bang, if we do that,
an
then
always
we're
problem.
definitely going to cause the cats' win rate to plummet. It's better just never to have them again.
It's true.
Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. It's you and me.
All right. What are you gonna say? You got something else?
You got 4 of my guys. All right. I've been feeding you a little steadier than some of the other people in this part of the game. I'm willing to keep buying from you.
Well, it's not like you didn't get anything for those guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a community service. You got cards and you are
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to save it for something.
at 11.
You do have a lot of cards, and you do have. Although
It's really
you
interesting because
control
it's
the
actually at this
crafting
point in
a
the
little
game
bit,
that
but,
lizards start running out of uses for cards.
Yeah, it's just a lot of cards. It's not his crafting that I'm worried about. It's like,
Like, he can't craft.
and as I say, like I know I just contributed to it.
He can
I felt like I
score.
did for that. But yeah.
I will. I'll do this for the table, but let's.
Interesting. So Junior Bacon choosing to forsake his
Just a
best customer
general,
for the sake of
have a good move.
the rest of the
All right.
players at the
It's
table.
very personally.
Currying favor with the people who are not
Taking
buying.
it personal, is that what you said?
Very personally.
You shouldn't say it before his turn because
I know.
you should say it after.
It's the right move. I'm saving it in case someone did coffin maker, but all right.
lizards, I turn and I grab coffin
put
maker
two.
We
funds
have we seen all 3
into
saboteurs
the,
hit the graveyard now, or just 2? I
Just
know we've
2.
seen 2. It's just the
dimension
2.
Just the two.
box, and I'm going to take all of these guys. Oop, not that one.
That is not an otter.
I'm going
That
to
is
move
a
on
lizard.
one move here.
It's true murder. There are more
And
customers,
the next move here.
but one of them's a vagabond.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So sort of not a customer at this point.
And the other
have
one's
nothing but
Corvids, who
friendly
have
too.
most of their warriors on the board at this point.
Right.
well,
Corvids.
except the-
Well,
six,
yeah,
but yeah.
that I don't know about that 100%, but I'm gonna have to. You still need a little slap, so
That's also a good point, Johnny.
Play ambush.
Coffin Maker's not the best in this game just because there's
You
not a lot
want
of
to slap
fighting.
me?
It's not much of a
No,
meat
sorry,
grinder.
I just
No.
want
Also true, Hat in the Cat. That's a good point. If lizards have their own means of gaining cards,
Cards are cards,
not
though.
using it.
well,
More
no, the
cards are
problem
still more cards.
the problem is the more cards they draw that way, the less they need to buy, and you want
That's
them
true.
needing to buy.
That's true. Oof, that was a rough roll against the Vagabond.
Big roll.
Okay,
That was
let's
a
go.
big roll.
1, 2, 2, 3 possibly.
All right, do I need to do it again?
Yes.
I still got the hammer available.
Okay, let's do it one more time just for good measure.
Yeah, because if he slips up here, explores this, and gets another hammer, then he's basically back on his feet without having to go into the forest to return.
Oh, another.
Yeah,
three.
it's-
Wow! Wow!
It's forest time. Yeah.
You out there, Sam? Bet on red.
Murder, you have a fan.
All right.
The murder is Lord of the
Community
Board.
service being done by
Murder.
the others.
Okay, I'm just using.
Lizards, I told you I'd only keep them. These are the ones you bought from a previous turn, so I'm going to give them back to you.
Bless you.
And because I told you I would in 2 turns, and that's the second turn for that one. So, and I'm going to build in this little clearing here with you. Right here.
So it's interesting. Discarding that T for the otters really did nothing for them. They obviously didn't get the points from it, and it still got crafted.
Right, they ended up missing out on those points, and it still got crafted. So we did all of the work and gained none of the benefit.
Yep.
That guy goes down here, and I have 1 left, and I'm going to use it to fill the card slot.
Oh, okay, we are just not crafting items as riverfolk here.
There's no downside to crafting items vagabond, but there's no lizard feeding anymore.
League of Adventurous Mice.
Ooh.
Nice. I believe that's it.
Yeah, because we could have crafted that boot for a point.
Got my points.
We just drew another league, so that means if we kept the boot around, it could have been a future action, you know? I'm glad that we mostly held on to funds.
My turn
Mostly?
will be quite complicated, I guess.
We kept most of them, right?
We did. We only got rid of 2.
We only got rid of 2,
Decision
which is
make.
better than it could have. Like it could have been worse. We could have given away more funds.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, just slipping here,
I mean, yeah, Gregoola did say that this is a very complicated turn.
taking
so-
all those stuff out.
What's really funny about that conflict is that we did not go hostile with otters.
What? No, what?
Okay.
No, Gregoola was correct.
Oh,
You should unexhaust those.
3-1.
We're getting it.
No. We evenings rested. We should unexhaust all of them.
You get
It's not going to matter.
I said we were getting there when
Well,
he
3.
started doing.
3 of them.
I see. I
You
see.
refresh these 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And 3
then the
next
other
turn, so
3.
it's basically all of them.
No, see, yeah, he's missing evenings rest, repairs, and refreshes all items.
Yes.
I know the board doesn't mention the refresh. It's wrong. That's supposed to be corrected in the newest printing.
Yeah, and it could matter for buys, which
Plus
is
cards.
Right.
important in this setting.
It's shutting down a buy.
Need to refill the deck.
I'm surprised, honestly, that Gregoola didn't know that. Gregoola is a very experienced digital player.
And it's it.
I'm assuming that's done correctly in digital. So
I wonder, but
Okay.
I wonder if it's automated in digital, so
we're
it
gonna
might
craft
not be something that
coins.
you actively register.
you're right. It might not be the most apparent.
Everyone's craft.
The coin craft.
Coins.
Nice
coins,
craft
coins,
for
coins,
Corvids.
Now that I can worry less about that thing.
And we have
over
2
there.
flips this turn if we
So
want
3
them.
points.
We
With
do.
with 1 plot still sitting out there, we could burst ahead a bit.
We could. I don't know if we can keep that lead
Sound
though. So
7?
I'm very curious.
Yeah,
Did we start at 7?
No, we started at 8.
I might be wrong about that.
We can ask Guerric if you guys want. I did not.
Garrett, do you know what I started on?
Well, I don't know because I'm on the top there. The otters are the top there, and I probably wouldn't have put that up there had he not been on 8.
We can ask. It's if you want, we can ask, and that will be quite definitive.
If Guerric knows and can double check, that would be great.
I don't think they'll let us know.
No, we will.
Okay.
Yeah. you started the turn at 8.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That's
My
why I
bad.
put my marker above yours. So.
Sorry, that just came out.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zorbots, that is
And then flip.
one of the most common rules mistakes. Because it's
Doesn't
the
matter.
board is just wrong.
Yeah.
The faction board is just
2
wrong.
points.
There's no other way to put it.
But also situations like this is
3
why I keep
points.
point track at
Yes.
it now, just because I didn't do that earlier, and it was probably.
I know it's scary, guys.
And it's why I refuse to have co-commentators besides you now, because they don't keep track of scores.
I can always give you my sheet. You can do it yourself. End of the round, murder. End of the round.
This is gonna get discarded.
Start thinking.
That's exactly what it is, AJ. Repair used to refresh, so it didn't need to state it on the board.
I'd
Now
really
repair
like
doesn't.
This, but
So Evening's Rest needs to
I
say
can't
that.
get rid of any of my other cards. So we'll recruit 2 yellow.
So really interesting here. We are, I think, heading back into territory where lizards are going to have gardens in the same suit as the outcast.
Yeah, we are. Because we're currently going to go mouse, but we could also go bunny, depending on what happens. If we discard one bunny card, it could stay fox.
Stay fox, yeah.
We have 3 cards in hand.
We're in a strange place where it could really flip, or it could stay the same.
Move, plot, battle. So action 1, I'll move these guys to here. Action 2, I'll plot up here.
This is looking like a solid turn.
Absolutely. And it looks like, I think we're going to battle the
5
trade
plus
post.
I think so, for the free point.
Absolutely.
Which, if otters were farther ahead, you would be concerned about doing that because it
Just
opens
said
up
not to worry about
more
it.
trade post clearings for otters. But since otters are currently behind, it's just free real estate.
Yeah. I mean,
Feels like when the Erie all of
gotta
a
bring
sudden goes
furniture, but
into
the house is free.
bill.
Sorry.
So what I actually want to do,
It's 2 bedrooms, no rugs.
Do crows get smacked for being too ahead? Probably.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the otters please crows.
That said, if lizards have a big turn, then that could immediately take some of the heat off.
Yeah.
Probably not all the heat.
Yeah.
If we're going to aggressively plot, it's going to keep some heat on us.
Yeah.
But if lizards or even moles also have a big bursty turn,
all right, change it.
then that will.
That guy goes back up there.
Because
So
we
that's
were
gonna
about to
be a
put
move,
9
and I'll
points
just
worth of flips
plot
on the
in this
board.
one.
Okay, so we're going a little more conservative. I'd still be
so.
nervous about this with
The otter death ball next
the
door?
otter death ball next door.
Yeah, especially, you know what makes it even worse? The otter death ball is next door, and they want to get back to the river.
Right. Granted, both of these are on the river,
That's true.
but yeah.
And I'll move
Abandoning
from
the
here to
raid.
here. So it's move, plot,
Move.
There's a very real chance that this is the
and
same
then... Oh, actually, hold on.
trap,
I'm gonna
quote unquote,
use,
that moles
that's
often
my
fall
3
into,
daylight actions. I'm going to use my Charm Offensive.
where
to
by defending so
draw a
much,
card and give the table hero the otters another point.
we are just killing our warriors along with our cardboard.
That's definitely possible. It's definitely
And
possible.
I'll battle with
But the charm offensive point we just gave otters is maybe enough
Nice.
To dissuade them.
to dissuade them. We'll see.
maybe one
Possible.
more point.
So
All
what's
right.
really interesting is
That
if
should be it.
lizards have a
Now we gotta
bursty
beat up with the
turn,
crows.
Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
they still don't.
Just remove this
they
one.
they still don't
be okay.
potentially reach the corvids, even with
I
the
left it
burst.
undefended for you guys.
At best, they can do is 6.
You're,
I don't know if
if they have a
If they have craftables. At best, they
I
can do 6.
will.
As a table,
These
we
are-
can probably try
these are
and
that
work.
would get them to corvids.
I guess
I think
you can guess.
Never mind. At best, they can get to corvids. They can't, but they can't surpass
said-
corvids.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Lizards, if you're able to, like,
Well, it's gonna depend.
What do you mean? That's the
Right,
normal
that's
amount of
what
cards
that
lizards should always have.
I mean,
He can't unless he's there.
I mean, you say that. There's actually
yeah.
a surprising number of people
guess.
want to house rule
yeah, there's
lizards to have a bigger hand rather than just cutting down to 5. They want it to be just cutting down to
goes to
6 or
max.
7. That one comes up a lot.
I'm not surprised.
I mean,
Lizards can feel very action starved compared to some of the other factions, but when you think about it, a lot of the other factions are just as action starved. There's just a couple of very action full factions that offset the tables.
I'm gonna do things I know I'm gonna do.
I'm thinking about that.
I'm going to send this bake sale.
Getting rid of our
Score 2
coins in
points.
hand to score.
I will-
I agree with this just because consistency is key for lizards.
Spin the mouse.
We're
points
assuming we don't have
once.
another bunny to discard.
Assuming we don't have another bunny
Keep the mouse
discard,
dominance.
I would think consistency
Spin the
is
mouse
key,
dominance.
especially since we're in we're in mouse, we're not
Score 2
in
points.
bunny. We don't know when we get to bunny. It's just
And
an
y'all are
uncertainty.
afraid of me.
Right. I'm curious to see the rest of this hand right now.
I'm still behind you.
You won't be once this block gets removed, and you get a free 4 points on your next turn.
That's fair, if I can do that. Because I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with these 4 fox cards.
Okay, it is 4. Oh, and one of them's a coins. There you go.
I do think
All
recruiting here and then
all is right in the universe. We still have a coins in hand,
use of them.
and we didn't have any
Just a
other
thought, make
bunnies
a
to
roll
score
to it.
with.
You know,
I don't have any fox cards.
That's a
So
good point.
while I understand the idea of going to the Corvid plot,
This
there
one over
is
here.
They
one
can all
lizard
battle.
already camping
They all
out
got
in a
a lot more
double
of that to do than I
fox
can.
clearing
Well, if you will discard
without
cards, you can
much in
just
terms of
guess.
competition.
It's true. It's true. There is a 2-slot fox clearing right up here.
Yep.
It's already got 1 warrior to defend it.
Yep.
Please, friend, no.
so
Yeah, you really can't. We can't let you flip them though.
There we
The
go.
only one. I thought you were putting 2 out. I just noticed.
I changed my mind. I only put 1 out. I moved, plotted, and then battled.
Yeah, you felt the heat of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to get both of them removed if I put down 2.
Yeah, it's potentially save 1
I
or
twice.
attempt 2 and lose them. I definitely agree that that was the potential of what was going to happen.
All great. Third time. And then I'll build.
Oh,
How many
That's
warriors
hard
do we have
scoring
left
clearing.
in our
3.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll get my dude back.
2.
Into there.
2.
But yeah, 2 in the acolytes. I am a very big fan of always
You're
keeping at
gonna
least
go
2
my
lizards and
hands.
acolytes.
See, this is where I'm not crazy about over defending this mouse garden.
Cards.
Absolutely.
We could have.
I think 6 is a great number.
Oh,
It's
no,
even
3
6 would be
cards.
too many.
'Cause I have-
Yeah, it.
5 is the best.
I sometimes go up to 8 if there's a false orders on board.
Yep.
Okay.
But otherwise.
I mean, with Corvids though, you do kind of have to pre-plan that because they don't.
Discard.
Right.
This
It's
one.
still. It doesn't leave any room for
Discard.
safety
Discard.
crusades.
Discard.
It doesn't leave room for stocking up on acolytes.
Think. I'll also discard this dominance.
Getting rid of quite a few fox cards.
We had a very large hand. And we just drew
Discard
3
the
cards.
routine.
I like where this puts us as lizards, though.
Yeah, no, definitely a great position. Not in the lead, which I think may be a good thing.
So, as I said,
We could not, Johnny. We were in the mouse
to
outcast.
get here and try and expose it.
All right, Garrick, you've got
Yeah,
2 more player
River
turns
Folk.
to think about what
I'm
the
quite
best color
frankly, I
may
have
be.
no idea. What
Yeah, I'm thinking about
I
it.
didn't guess it.
He's playing greedy.
Yeah,
You
it
should
was
go
the
punish
mouse outcast.
Yeah,
It was
he
the
was,
only
you
buddy
know
card
what?
in hand, so
Hey,
he used to
Moles,
score and had that consistency
card.
instead of betting on potentially getting
And I'll take
3
care.
later.
I'll take care of the Corvid, and then I'll head over to the lizards.
Okay.
I don't want to
Um,
have to kill your ball, but I might have to.
I know, but you gotta,
No, like so yeah, Riverfolk. I'm more than happy to subcontract policing duties.
Well, I just know you.
Yeah, happy.
I'm
wondering.
over to that. I'd almost rather see that raid token up top go too, but
This one.
no, the one over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
The defended one,
yeah,
yes.
I
Oh, no,
Take
that-
this
you're
one out
there.
easy.
Yeah, that would be an
Yeah.
easy one.
So I can take that out. That does give him
6, 7, 8.
the 3 warriors.
How many?
I'm not sure if
He
I
only
mean
has.
putting
We have 3 in supply right
He
now.
won't,
he does
won't be
get
able
the
to-
3.
I know, Colonel Cabbage. The players are failing.
Are all your
But yeah,
warriors
he
on
was-
the table pros, or do you have some in there?
I have 3. I pull them
Yeah,
out.
so-
Well, we haven't seen all
You
4
take
maps,
that
though.
raid, it'll spread, and he won't
So
get
they-
a recruit next.
They
turn
failed
if
more
no
than
one
once,
takes
is
it.
what I'm saying.
Well, no, I'm gonna attack down here though. So
Gamble has not happened yet, AJ. I'm
hoping
thinking
it
about
allows
it.
you not to do that. I can
My
provide
current-
you with points.
My current headspace is Corvids, Otters,
where it's pointing
Vagabond
you gotta take
versus
you gotta
Lizards,
do it.
Moles. But I could
So
I
I'm
could
just
see
gonna
flipping
work
Vagabond
out
for
what
one
I'm
of
doing with
Lizards or
Yeah.
Moles.
Actually, if
Yeah.
Moles takes care, Moles, you take.
I
care
like
of
the one that you
that
said,
raid,
though.
let them spread, and then
That's where I am right now.
Recruit, and then I'll move through.
Although
him,
I do
go
feel
over
like-
to the lizards and take care
I
of
don't
them.
know. I don't know.
Do you know?
Everything feels,
Well,
everything
that
feels
still
strange.
lets
Can
the
I have
crows
the
get
sour
another
candy?
3 points from this, plus
Oh, it's-
potential
Yeah,
Three is
crafting
not
points.
3 is not
torture
terrible
me.
at this
I'm
point
at
yet.
17.
And
The honest danger point for crows is like 22. I'm a
Yeah.
little short.
What 22 is the new 17 is the new 22.
That one's really
well,
sour.
I guess if you're moving through,
Well,
so Riverfolk,
it'll
if
warm
you're
me
moving
up.
through to here, if you're doing that, you could have a guess at what this plot is while you're there. Would that be
Yeah, let me see what
something
my
you'd be
cards
interested in?
are. Fight. Which ones I?
So you
Okay,
got
so
the travel
It would have to be
and the
the cross.
crossbow.
I'd be okay. I'd be okay with trying that on the way through. Just passing, in passing.
Yeah.
This is a lot of collaboration for the Corvids.
Using the cross, they're both like one craftables though, which the Corvids could easily craft. So I'm not
I mean, it's smart. It's
too pleased about.
smart
that.
on Mole's
I guess
part,
there's not much
because
you
it-
can do.
it keeps heat away from moles if we're talking about, oh, Corvids are the problem, or oh, lizards are the problem, you know?
But on the flip side,
Or I guess you can.
the Vagabond
craft,
has been
if
very
you put
quiet.
down a trait.
Yeah, Gregoola has gone
one,
real
you can
quiet.
craft
And Vagabond's not in a bad spot. We just spent a turn in the forest, but we're going to come out rared and ready to go.
That might be something.
They won't be able to do.
Anyway.
The only winner here is Gregoola or Vagabond.
What is me crafting the
Everyone else
crossbow have to
is
do with
fighting
it?
for their lives.
Because there's only one crossbow.
Meaning I can't craft it if you miss on the guess.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm just like,
I can craft one. I'll take one for you.
yeah. Just looking at like the
Yeah.
the
No,
two
I got
cards that you have available to get.
It's true, Katari. Gregoola must have a win on his turn.
Craftables.
That's the only reason people go quiet.
Alright, I guess I will start by swap meeting.
I mean, right now the heat's off him. I think Speaking
wait,
Up
no, I
might
need
put
to-
heat back on
if I
him.
wanna buy
Or
first. I
not
do
I mean,
him.
he's in the forest.
He's in the forest, but like,
And that fox, yeah, it's got to be a mouse and not a cross. You can buy the other crossbow if you want. Yeah, or that one. Yeah, leave a good go. That's good.
Yeah, on my league. And I can buy something else if I need to. Is that enough?
That's not true, Thungan. You can aid hostile factions for the item. You just get no points.
Do the thing and punch. We do know the lizards has a bird ambush, so be wary of that. That should be fine. Okay, so I will swap meet the lizards.
Okie dokie.
I do thoroughly appreciate the buy/swap meet before Birdsong note on the faction.
Come on, Birdie.
Now
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah.
Yep, that looks randomized.
I think putting your crafted items somewhere besides your crafted item box is sort of the equivalent of putting your lands in front of your creatures or things like that in Magic.
Do people do that?
Some people do.
Give
It's
you
it's.
What?
I think more often than not, it's done as an intentional, like, psychological warfare play, like disrupting the standard.
I had to give him a
Well,
reason.
like, if you did that to me, I would think that you wanted your board to be my player board as well. Because in my mind, they're
Or
all
that, Joe,
equivalent.
or that stuff. Yeah, I thought I did remember that becoming a rule, which is good. Yeah.
You can't hide your elves among the trees?
No, you cannot.
Damn it.
I think I'm going to.
But clearly, if you put your lands in front of your creatures, your opponent can then mobilize your lands and your creatures to attack you, right?
That was how it was taught 20 years ago. Oopsie.
I think I only know the way it was taught by this one because he's the one who taught me effectively.
Am I the one who taught you?
You're one of like the 4 people who taught me because it took me a while to get it because it was the first board game I ever really effectively played.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Words are clipping
Sway
through the board.
ministers.
So yeah, I'm very curious to see what the moles do here.
Yeah, I was trying to think what to comment on the turn.
Like I know they said they were going to attack the plot, but I don't know if they're really going to go out of their way to do much else. Are we going to see a dig to maybe, yeah.
Discard the coffin makers for 1 point to the banker.
Okay, so we're bankering. So we're past our daylight turn. We already did something.
Yeah, we are on to minister actions, it looks like.
Okay.
Brigadier.
I want to say I do like Arcanine's consistent, like, banker for a point that he's been doing the past few turns. Ooh.
Yep, I'm gonna burn it.
Always the worry. That's gonna really mess up any sway potential, so we're probably gonna be rethinking a lot of our turn here.
Yeah, that sucks for Arcanine, and that's an interesting ambush on Decoy's part because that plot almost definitely still dies.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like
I feel like getting the birds out to help kind of defend some of your other plot might be better.
Right. So that's why I'm interested to see the denial of the raid now. It's either a very aspirational ambush, or it was specifically to disrupt moles.
Because moles do now have to reshift and readjust themselves entirely to get this sway.
Yeah.
We'll only be able to get a squire.
This.
And yet, I do agree with Nicker.
2.
That
I'm gonna grab the captain for a point.
You see the R in my brain gets confused. That he does flipping the ministers over as he's using them is a very good way to do it.
Discard any bird cards revealed. Didn't do that. Return these, and then I'm gonna craft.
Yep, crafting loam.
League of Adventurous Mice, and I'm also going to craft
the third saboteurs.
Well, the deck did reshuffle.
Did it?
Then I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Because I remember the Vagabond saying I need to reshuffle the deck.
Got it.
He said it out loud at one point.
All right.
All right, I like that league craft though because it puts some pressure on the Harrier to come get that T before Arcanine can use both. Banker has been used, Johnny. It's been used, I think, twice now.
Yeah.
Over the 2 turns.
Here.
It's a nice little boost to Mole's scoring.
Hello, friend.
I like the consistency of it.
That is a extortion.
Which card are we guessing with?
Which card are you using to guess?
The bird card here.
It is not an extortion.
He's like, give me. Appreciate the players keeping themselves and each other.
All right, then. Vagabond, you have some good information there. I'm going to... see, now I'm in a little pickle here.
Well,
but what if it's a big
you could just guess again. Because it can only be one of 2 options, and you still have the fox.
Yeah,
Is it
double down? Bet on black?
Why would he put a bomb there?
So you wouldn't guess bomb.
Yeah.
Flip for the point side, I would imagine.
It would be a really gutsy bomb.
Or it's a really safe plot. Because nobody's going to guess bomb. It removes itself, so it makes you look a little less scary at the end of it.
It's true.
I can see some legitimate arguments for putting down a bomb in an empty clearing.
I absolutely could too.
He's gonna remove this.
It also is a fox.
He's walking over here.
We could have a false orders in hand. We're next to lizards. We were next to otters.
Brutal.
It could have been a bomb false orders play in the works.
It could have been, but it breaks my heart whenever I hear that combination of words.
All right, well then I'm going to move through because I can let me deal with the lizards. All right, lizards, you have an ambush?
I do.
Would you like to use it?
I'm good.
You should use your put your guys in commitments.
Sorry, yeah. I got excited there.
So that's move.
That's for the.
This is for the battle. Battle 1.
Yeah.
So no ambush.
No ambush.
Okay, so
Oh.
as much as this hurts,
That's my third
which it
3-0.
definitely does.
All right. You gonna ambush?
This is actually the best clearing that
Still
lizards
not
can get
gonna ambush,
attacked
no,
in.
okay.
Still not gonna
because
ambush.
we
All
do
right.
not have the dominance card out in any for this suit, and we know that they had a.
One more ambush.
Oh, boob and bust. There it is. There it is.
Nice.
But again, as everyone probably knows at this point, I dislike
And
That's 2 points for
Fear
you.
of the Faithful over Price of
I
Failure.
No.
Once you,
Yeah.
What's that?
You got it.
Yeah.
There was one lizard there.
what was the roll?
The
I
It
3-1.
was 3-1.
3-1.
I just noticed one on my part. Okay. Okay, so that guy goes back. I don't need to battle you again. All right, then I have 2 left. And
You get your 2 points, Riverfolk, as well, for removing the gardens, and you get to take your cards out of Lizard's hands. Oh, they're doing it.
do that first.
Uh,
Use the
I
card
just,
here.
I
Yeah,
just shuffled and
He just shuffled
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Got it. I was watching him.
Okay, I'll take
I was
this one.
watching.
User anomaly, you're just in time for the gamble.
We've got a mouse
Flip.
and.
There you
Ooh.
go. Oh, sorry about
We did
that.
have an ambush.
Right. No, we knew lizards had an ambush. They
That's
revealed
true.
it.
That's
I
true.
have 2 left.
I do think it was wise not to use it though. We
Where are
knew
the moles?
It's good armor. It is
It-
good armor.
it's Fear of the Faithful
I'm
armor.
actually gonna use
Absolutely.
the cards.
That doom stack was going to kill us. We all knew that. So better to have the extra card density going into our next turn.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll craft that map. No, I'll
No,
craft
you don't have a fox.
No, the Master Engravers.
Oh, yeah.
Crafting Master Engravers, I feel like we're going to see that saboteured pretty quickly.
I
All right.
would think
Okay.
so, but we also have not been crafting very much as otters up to this point.
That's true.
I gotta set up this gamble.
Set it up faster.
I'm getting on it.
You can't say I haven't done my part.
I can say whatever I want to say. Whether it's true or not is entirely up to the otters.
Okay, I cannot take care of moles this turn.
Interesting. Okay, so Gregoola wanting to start to go against the moles.
All right, gamble is live. What's up?
I was just.
Is
Oh,
that
you're,
only
you're
I
just
was
hyping
typing
up
up
the.
the
take care of
gamble.
moles if it stays mice?
if it stays mice,
Spend
yeah,
your monies.
Get your
Because,
gambles in.
Well, he has 2 buildings.
Show me how wrong I
and
was
you
to
are a bit
make
delayed.
these pairings.
Yeah, if it
I
stays
will.
mice,
I will slow down crows.
This is really a very interesting pack. They are just staying together.
very happy to.
They are. I think this is going to be a
I mean, he
big
did get
turn
through
for Vagabond though.
whole
Oh,
turn
absolutely.
without
I
having
think this is gonna
do
be
a
a-
lot to
this is
stop
gonna
both
be
of
a-
us. So
Very good
I'm
turn for
willing to-
Vagabond.
chip in.
Potentially.
Well, I will slow crows a bit because that's all I can basically do. But it's like 1 point bump.
I like the instant
Okay,
4K
fresh stuff.
on the first. Oh no, okay, it's
Okay,
evening out.
it's jumping,
evening.
it's jumping.
Oh.
Give them some time.
Oh.
You don't understand the weight of having to bid your Guerric bucks because you have infinite. You can make more,
There.
but the rest of us can't.
Mm.
So we think before we do things sometimes.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand scarcity. Pointing out again, Harrier is missing out a chance to buy here because they did not
Can't you take out
refresh
that
all of their items as part of Evening's
Yeah, I'll
Rest.
take the rate. I'm thinking about moles, but I just cannot get there. Any chance except my skill.
Wouldn't mind some
Goodbye,
QG.
Move.
I
QG.
couldn't because I had just free stuff, so I wouldn't be refreshing
Yeah,
all.
Right. Where'd those teas go?
He's also the Harrier, so he doesn't have any boots, so he can just teleport anywhere he wants to.
That's true.
just a robot.
It's gonna kind of need one of the boots.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm aiming this turn, so this turn will be
Oh, that's funny.
for me point-wise. I mean, that will just kill this rate, I guess.
I'm playing both
Basically-
sides, so I always come out on top.
My turn.
You know?
Would much better prefer if this mole here
All right.
survived.
Yeah, imagine that.
Okay, so it sounds like the Harrier's going after the crows.
Well, so it's
I would
the
have preferred that.
easy points because we are now hostile with Corvids.
Yeah, we're already hostile, but
There's-
we ambushed.
Yeah, there's a defenseless plot here. That's 2 points.
Simple.
There's a ruin there that we could pick up. That's our 50-50 chance of boot
could-
or hammer.
Let the
Fair.
wizards
The
take
only
care
real
of
risk with that is
those-
if we do not have good bunny
those
craftables
markets
and
a
it
bit
is
off.
the hammer,
I
we are
mean-
stuck.
We are stuck, yeah.
I'll figure out how to not move it.
Because
The Dutch is next on the hit list.
well, I will slow you down a bit, but
More likely,
come out of top.
if we don't have the right craftables, we glide somewhere.
Nothing happens to him. So okay, so I guess it'll be a very steady turn for me. So I just flip in here, and I will use my torch to explore.
Going
Okay,
right for the
so
explorer.
We are, in fact, going to go for it.
Got the hammer. Maybe great. Maybe what we didn't want.
Well, no boots have been crafted, so that boots are a pretty plentiful card.
They are.
Inside that, so we could be crafting boots because we're in the right suit, if nothing else.
Yep. Or we could craft a coins, get the last coins,
Good
get
point for
a
that.
nice little 3-point bump.
Yep.
Wouldn't be as big of a turn for a vagabond, but it would be keeping up with the pack. It would be potentially shading points a little bit just to kind of make sure that he's not the immediate threat again to get sent back into the
We are
forest.
not friends anymore. So
Unfortunately, I got ambushed.
yeah,
It wasn't my fault.
I recall something like that happening. I guess I will give you.
I will say, over the course of this tournament, the humor at these tables have made my day
I make
time and time
some
again.
cards.
It has been quite an interesting and eclectic cast of characters over the course of the tournament.
And it's been awesome. I mean, one player definitely stole my heart, but otherwise,
So
everybody's
I'm
been great.
exhausting.
But I'm not a player.
You weren't. It wasn't
Crossbow
you.
to help you and get those.
I mean,
Coins.
can you really say
Yeah.
no to Purple Elite? Or Purple Light?
I'm concerned about our relationship now.
You'll be fine.
I will also use the.
Okay, so we aided to grab the coins
Hammer
before
to-
taking out the plot. It looks like.
Craft
Yes.
partisans. So some defense measures.
Just in case we're crafting partisans.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta say, not what I was expecting to see crafted here.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's a good craft. Partisans are always a good craft.
So it seems like we had some last second big gambles. So I would be very curious to see where we're at with
I'm
the
looking.
predictions.
All right.
Oh, we did have a very big jump
I
there.
will
We did.
use my sword to battle this plot, the ambush.
Nope. All
Okay.
yours.
2 points.
Awesome.
So we had 15 people wager 53.8k coins for Harrier,
let's go
Corvids,
there.
or Otters,
Okay.
versus 8 people wagering 32.1k coins
That's
for
neighborhood.
Lizards or Moles. So it's a payout
And
of
I can
1.6
go there, so
or 2.68,
yeah,
depending on
because
which side wins.
That's
Very cool.
it.
I
and
I am
big cards. And I end it.
Gooey Kablooey, because if you wait too long, then you don't get your gamble in. That's why.
we've seen it many times where because we can't really
Okay.
give a good warning since we're technically on a lag for most people.
So I guess
Yeah.
I have to keep this on mouse. It's not that difficult. A crossbow's still around, so I'll craft a crossbow. I do have a fox.
Okay.
Okay, we're picking up
Sorry
some
about that.
remnants of
Puts me at 18.
It's all good. You
pick
got
up
the
some
crossbow
remnants
as well.
of the
I'll
the
flip
craftable
this
pile.
one, and that's going to be for 3 points. It is a bomb.
It is a bomb!
I told you.
It was a bomb!
Good part that it goes away.
Yeah.
All right, that does flip us to 21, which is the Corvid Death Zone. That like 21 to 24 range.
Yeah,
So he's again at 3-pointer.
I wouldn't put down a second bomb. But also shows definitely good for otters to get out of that clearing.
Right.
But to be fair,
That's
you
the hard
never
part.
really want to be in a clearing with a plot.
No.
If you're not getting rid of that plot, you do not want to be there with it.
Outcast is currently 333, currently on mouse. So it could-
Non-hated.
non-hated. So it could go anywhere.
You could.
It's all under Decoy's control.
Absolutely. Lizards are gonna have an interesting turn because they're gonna have a little bit of a clawing back to do after losing 2 cards.
Yeah, they just got bopped, and they're gonna have to rebuild a little bit.
Yep.
They positioned themselves to do so without taking a huge loss in tempo.
Absolutely.
But it is still it's going to be a little bit of a bump.
Yeah. It's always difficult though with lizards not knowing what cards you're getting rid of from your hand.
Right.
So you could be losing the cards that you need to reset yourself.
Okay, so first action, gonna move. Second
That's an
action,
interesting
we're gonna battle this mouse trade post with the Riverfolk Warrior.
Okay, interesting.
You don't have an
I guess we're going
ambush,
for
so I will just roll it.
We're going for the on-table points.
Yeah.
Since we're in the death zone, we don't
Nice.
want to. That's
Oh,
very
it's
good.
just
That's
two
the
or
perfect
2
roll.
minutes.
Legitimately perfect.
And I'll get a
Yeah.
point.
Now that we're in that Corvid death zone, we have to
Find points on the table.
we have to get hungry
Up
about
here.
cardboard.
Right.
Yeah.
So we did a move, battle, move.
And,
Will we
I
charm
will give
it?
my friend, the Riverfolk, a point to draw a card.
Giving the Riverfolk a lot of points here.
They're
They
behind.
are
and
behind. Like I'm not saying it's a bad decision. I'm just saying it is
And I will
what is happening.
use an exert.
In a
that was
very,
charm offensive.
um,
I'll use an exert to
to
plot
plot.
there.
Very cool.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Abandoned the raid, which I find very intriguing.
If you give free cardboard to people, they are more likely
To go after.
Okay.
to go after
Gonna
it
move
than
this
the
here.
defended
That's
plots.
fine.
Yes. And I mean that would be a 2 points. It's 2 points instead of 3 points, but it's still 2 points instead of no points.
Yeah. Have a good night, Colonel Cabbage.
So I adjust the outcast. It's all tied, so it stays the same.
Yeah, that's definitely a kind of interesting one
Kinda
for
not.
me too. They actually asked about that
So now
earlier
80, yes.
because they weren't sure on the timing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna,
So it's definitely not a common
Are you
one.
doing that bunny clearing or mouse clearing?
Oh, they kept it in mouse.
They did.
Yes.
We are exploding.
I'm just thinking
the-
about how.
Just quickly. So how much do you got?
So what I would do.
If you do both of those, like I'm effectively out of the game in terms of scoring mechanisms, given that the banker would be gone and I wouldn't have any crowns left to do that. So I would kind of be forced to just, like, I hate this type of thing, but I would have to just throw everything
What?
at you as a threat to stop you from doing both this turn.
Well, no, just to be clear, well, before I didn't mean that. I mean, aren't you gonna the crow clearing over there?
Oh, that wasn't the deal.
Well, I'm just
What?
saying that. Don't you think that's a better move? Convert those crows and battle the plot.
No, lizards
What?
and crows have been scheming to get rid of my markets and all of my moles.
I think I've been scheming.
So yeah, this is the downside of how Decoy did
Or all your moles.
his turn.
Uh,
I do think that crow clearing.
The table set up
so
a
you're
mouse
saying that
outcast.
essentially If I go after these markets, you're just going to.
The deal being that lizards could then deal with moles, take out the markets.
Given that,
However,
at that point, I don't see any.
Corvids, in doing so, made themselves vulnerable in mouse.
Available.
Yep. So
Like it.
Lizards have a choice.
lizards have a choice, but if I was lizards, I'd be even more
Because I was
greedy.
hit.
I would
And
convert that
don't-
otter,
and honestly,
kill that
you
trade
don't need
post,
that right now.
walk over to the raid,
They're
kill
only
that
at
as well.
14. The crows.
It's true.
That's
Well,
2 points on the board.
We'd have to convert a couple
Once you
moles
go
to get
there.
rule to move over.
Oh, that's
You
true.
can always move
Those
this one.
are
I left this undefended.
I am.
crows
Well,
are
that I could
scoring
take care
3
of the raid.
points, like here.
What I'm saying, yeah, that's 3 points over here on
Let's go,
that bird.
This is fun.
Yeah,
Convert those 4 crows, or at least a couple of them, and or convert them
But
all.
why? Why would you do that as lizard? Like,
Why would you do that as lizard? Because
Yeah.
because the crows are going to win otherwise. If you want a shot, if
You
want a
know,
better
best case
shot,
scenario, I only get 3 points, and this is
Yeah,
getting
but
removed, so it's going to be 2
this
points.
is golden 24-25 by crows. You still have a turn
we-
to do it.
If we keep letting them get like the
Okay.
3 points, though, then like
I'm gonna-
crafting gets them over the line.
the moles
I'm
have
just
no
gonna
way
go
of.
ahead, and I'm going to start things off here. Before I perform my conspiracies, I'm going to take a guess at what this plot is.
Sure.
Can you do
You-
it in birdsong? I think you
No.
have to do it in daylight.
I believe
know
it's
that you-
before
Anytime
draw
on your
card.
turn,
Oh,
I think
sorry.
before.
But
Yep, no, you're right.
well, don't
You're
do
right.
it now. Don't do it now. Do it in your evening.
I'm gonna show this.
Well, no, because
I
if,
see.
if
I
you
see
guess
why.
it, then you don't have to convert.
It could potentially
It's an
do
extort.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my guess.
but hopefully it's not
What
giving up
is
the
this?
card he
I
needs
don't
to
remember.
score.
I have no.
It is not an extort.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
bomb.
And then
Sorry, that was loud.
I will.
In all
perform
honesty,
my
I
conspiracy.
probably
So
understand
on
as well.
one hand, I could just be getting pummeled to death here. Okay.
I'm happy to
Oh,
discuss
so
things and
you're
work
out
things
of
out
this.
if you want a different option.
You're out of this deal with the markets.
Well, no, I don't know. That's a good point. There's 3 points up here that I'd like to collect. And if I bet on him not having
You
any,
don't quite have enough acolytes to do everything anyway, right?
I don't.
He could sanctify both of them.
Or he
You could
And then
can
have
sanctify
two
just one.
undefended.
Convert and Crusade.
convert and
And then have
crusade.
two undefended
Which-
guards.
Convert and Crusade is 100% the way.
Yeah, and that's what I was
I
gonna say
have no
earlier.
desire
Is
to
I was
sanctify
lizard
both of
tier
them.
and I was going to go
Some
for
fear
the
just
moles. I
one,
would
that
100%
would be
convert and
enough.
crusade and not give myself
But
more
I've
liability
also-
on
Right.
clearings.
You don't want those
I
gardens
went
out.
for the
No,
guess.
absolutely not.
Those crows, though, if he flips that, he's at 25.
So what?
You got a
So
lot
what?
of
That's
funds
gross.
and a lot of dudes. So I think I'll leave the crows to you, and I'll punch the moles here. So I'm gonna convert those 4 guys.
All right, lizards going back to
This
the.
should be this should
Um,
not be hated. It should be regular.
Should be hated.
No,
It
it's
should be
hated.
hated.
Should
It
be
is
hated?
hated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is going back to
I'm-
the
wait,
core
give me one
meta
second.
of
I
police
am
to
gonna
the
convert
left,
them.
saying Riverfolk,
I
if
wanna
you
know
think
if
that
I'm
the
gonna
crows are a
convert.
problem, you deal with them. I will deal with the moles
I'm gonna
because they're
convert
directly
3
left
of your
of
dudes
me.
in this order.
Okay.
So I'll leave
3
it.
and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
3 and 1. Okay.
And then I'm going to crusade against the moles.
I'm going to ambush that.
Yeah, I think we got greedy. I think we needed to do all the moles.
Well, let's find out. This is actually worse for the moles in a way.
Oh, thank God it's
That yeah, we actually. Oh my.
Okay.
That's quite okay for.
We now double price of failure.
Yeah. We just took out both of their nobles.
Except for one of us.
The moles are out of the game here.
Well, it didn't.
This is gonna be. This is
Hinder
literally,
moles.
this could be a death knell for them.
The
We
world.
just eliminated a
So
player.
there's,
Yeah, this is the one situation where I would have said don't ambush because you want them all to go at once.
And now you're down an extra card. You know.
Yeah, we're going down 3 instead of 2. We lost our ambush armor as effectively as well.
You could pivot and do the trade post instead of the market.
Or those crows down there and that mouse. It'd make it a lot easier for me to get through them.
You want me to convert one of the crows?
Yeah, that'll give me a little bit better of a chance
We
of
got the
getting
trade
through that.
post.
I mean, you
This is juicy.
got 7 actions, and you're gonna have at least 2 more, so you'll probably have 9. You have a lot of dudes.
And I'll take.
So
and I lose a card at random from my hand, right?
yeah.
Yep.
If you hadn't punched through my 2 bunny clearings, maybe we could have a discussion here. But
I didn't do any of the punching.
No, he's talking to me.
Alright. Did someone want to take a card at random from my hand?
you're good.
So you're kicking the can. All right.
And then my question is, who do I want to punch here?
You want to punch the otters. As
Uh,
much as it's tempting to punch the moles, that will be player elimination at this point.
Moles do want to put me out of the game if I take away their banker.
You've already pretty much obliterated them there.
That's true. Yeah, they could have another ambush. Yeah. I'll just hit the trade post
Okay,
Going for the trade post.
should just be nice. Let him have banker for at least one more
right
turn.
up here.
Well, in fairness,
No ambush, so it's like
if Arcanine is threatening to basically go mutually assured destruction,
Yeah.
if you do this, this is arguably the safer play. You get your point either way,
That's true.
and it
I think I just
Maybe can
maybe convinces Arcanine to not just
No,
like spite punish you.
right. Well, it was really interesting
I
with
just moved
Arcanine's
myself
threat.
up on the track.
I see.
We don't
And
have
then
on the
Bridget
numbers.
or Mayor anymore, so we don't have the action
In
economy.
daylight,
Really.
I will.
We have Marshal and Captain.
Yeah, but that's only going to be 1 attack per turn, potentially up to 3.
You can stack it with daylight actions. I agree with your point.
Yeah, no,
but
I'm
it's
saying
not,
it's not as scary as a fully
For sure.
armed bull coming after you.
for sure.
And I'll do it.
But this game has truly been an example of why it's so important
And
to have lords to protect your
I'm
nobles.
going to-
Not that
This
I hate
game has
it.
just been wild.
Right, it has, and like I was about to say, I don't blame Arcanine for going for the greedy push, because that can really pay off if you get those buildings and keep them.
Absolutely.
It just so happened this table
These cards go back to
didn't
my hand.
didn't let most keep them.
Absolutely.
I'm going to craft. Get a victory point. I got a bet.
Okay, crafting a bag. Did not have enough to
And then
put
I'll
down
draw
a
two
garden
cards.
and score in
And then my turn.
box. And we also, because we did try the extort, we lost our card to score within mouse. So I'm heavily against that extort exposed now that I know that that was our scoring card.
Yeah. It was a gamble, because it could have been
absolutely.
it could have been an amazing play, but because it failed, it made the turn significantly worse.
Yeah, it's interesting how it was a spectrum of either it's
Stop
amazing
by
or awful. There is no in
crows.
between.
Ooh, okay.
And then there was silence. I mean, Arcanine's in a rough spot.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a lot of thinking going on here to figure out what do.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you this one.
Excellent.
And just to let people know, I have not
Okay, that was the
Have I
sorry
kept a
second
card?
half of the swap meet. I understand.
swap meet, I think. Is that maybe
That's
last
unfortunate.
time?
Hey, you said you kept the fox ambush you took from me.
I did keep that one. That's fine. So I get my one.
Chemical
And I get
element.
2 actions.
That is a question.
So
That
I'm
I'm
going
actually
to
seriously thinking about now.
dig up here.
Not gonna lie, it's probably carbon.
One too many moles.
Oh yeah, that's such a common mistake.
It is. Dig is max of 4.
I mean, it's the basis of all organic chemistry, and don't get me started on that. So anyway, yeah, it's always super easy. I'm like, I dig, and then I move, and just move all of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna recruit first in the boat, and then I'm gonna dig so that brings everyone.
No. It was me.
The unchosen commentator.
Use Swayed Ministers. We're going to initiate a battle against the lizards here,
Yeah, nobody catching it.
Nobody catching
Sounds
it.
good.
using Captain.
I thought that especially
Yeah,
after
that
saying
was-
I'm gonna recruit another one to bring it with
Okay,
me would have been a
roll.
kind of big red flag for some people, but
Okay.
Yeah.
He died.
He really.
No ritual knife. Just play it.
yeah, Qatar, that's really
No.
interesting. Like lizards,
Take
unless in the
a
right position, don't do much to you.
move,
Especially
and
one lizard, but an
roll.
acolyte can do
Yeah.
so much more.
Yeah.
I won't use the banker. I won't sway any ministers. I will not draft, and I will draw 2 cards.
Oh, you're not battling that snare.
It's got no actions left.
Are the
I have no actions.
He had League of Adventurous Mice. I think he
There's
forgot.
only one code.
Yeah.
Because
Need to
the
refill.
deck is done.
Yeah, he could have removed that with League of Adventurous Mice. Granted, he was up in action because he needed to move something in here.
Ah, damn.
He needed to move in here as a separate action anyway.
I will invoke
Yeah.
protectionism. Yes, there are no purchases made.
That is a pretty well-fed otter.
Yeah, Otter Farm's in a decent spot.
Especially considering we haven't put out many trade posts.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is
And we've crafted basically nothing.
It's actually kind of impressive how we've crafted basically
two,
nothing, not put out any
three
trade posts,
times.
and kind of kept up with the pack even if we're in the back of it.
We're in the back. It's not really where otters want to be, but it's not the end of the world.
No.
oh wait. One.
But we are now committed to this role of policing, which is
Here.
very interesting that we're not
Over here.
kicking this to Vagabond.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to. What was the last guess on that?
This
I guess the next door.
is just all good for Vagabond right now.
Yep. Vagabond doing his
could be
best to lay
anything
low
other
and
than-
Yeah,
very
it could
much
be
keeping
anything.
it.
I'm gonna guess. Here, I'm gonna offer my bunny, or my rat, or my mouse, as a guess of a
We know it's not an extort.
It's a bomb.
snare.
That ain't it, Chief.
It's a bomb.
All right,
It's a bomb.
then we battle.
Well, you could draw more cards and keep guessing if you find more mouse or birds.
He has already, I don't know, 1, 2, 7 cards.
Yeah, but then I mean,
It's got a 50-50 chance. It's a raid or a bomb, and I'm convinced it's a bomb.
Corvids can only do so much with cards, realistically.
Yeah, Corvids.
They
can choose to take more actions because they don't need more cards.
yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking. Man, I wish there was a way to work that. All right, I'm gonna go. One more card. See what it is.
They're called hirelings, Katare.
Nice. All right.
Miriam Broker, which we killed with the saboteurs earlier in the game, made it all the way back around to
Made it
us.
back around.
Okay.
But to the wrong player.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's still a story in us killing it,
It
and
is
then
indeed a raid.
it was a raid.
All right. I get to keep that, right?
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
And you
My
get a
dream of
victory.
the bomb
And you
is
score.
dead.
Oh, good. Let me go up here and give myself 1 point. All right.
The table has done
Points
the
back off the table.
Well,
the table has done the incredible job of
Um,
stopping the Corvids.
do I
Never
roll
see it
that?
happen.
No, it's so difficult.
You do.
So difficult.
You do.
No. No.
5
yeah, you
big
do.
4.
Yeah, 5,
1,
4.
2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't,
It's
but
5 to
now
4.
I do. All right. I'm gonna build. You know what?
It's so
What I'm gonna
interesting
do is
to
first
me
I'm gonna craft.
how many
this.
players watch their games
Here.
back.
Oh, I gotta put that guy here.
I already know in my games I play perfectly, so I don't need
And
to.
that is for 2 points.
I only recently watched one of my games
Because I
back
have-
from a year ago. So the meta's already completely
Whatever
wrong.
that
So it
is.
was like pointless to watch it back, but I was kind of
Master
curious
engravers.
because I was convinced I shouldn't have won, and I'm still kind of
Big,
convinced
big.
that I shouldn't have won.
All right, I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I just hit there.
Okay, we got a saboteurs, and we got a fox partisans.
2, not crafting
So
items.
we
I
could
did
craft
that.
Murine Broker, which would be an interesting
Hmm.
gambit for the river folk.
Where you at?
Yeah, it.
Because you get cards,
Okay.
but you also don't have first dibs on those cards.
It's especially weird because if you're drawing those cards, that means that it's because people are crafting, and crafting is why you're trying to draw the cards in the first place.
Right. It's
Oh, the tragedy of drawing that when you can't craft it.
Can't craft it.
Oh, Rehab Escape. Thank you so much for the gift sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And a sword. We're getting items.
All right.
But the question is, do we change prices?
I believe that's it for mine. I believe I got all my points.
There it is.
If you want cards now, if you want to stop me from crafting them, it's going to cost you 4 warriors.
There it is.
The sales.
So this is slightly toothless because we don't actually have the trade posts to craft either of them at the moment.
And sorry,
Sure.
moles. I'm
We can
past 20.
probably put out
The
enough.
coins are
Didn't I
pretty.
give those to you? Like
We can get the coins out.
Actually,
One set.
Actually.
Actually,
Once anyone.
Actually.
I didn't finish them using them
Actually.
2 turns by the time.
looking
you
at
coins,
if
yeah.
we get the if we
That was
get
Dragon.
2 funds for protectionism,
You could
we
always go
technically
back and
could put
watch.
out all
If I'm wrong,
3
you can
trade
email
posts
me.
and craft
No.
both of them.
This card for
but-
dishonesty. I'm pretty sure you guys gave the back well ones you needed. But
moles don't rule a
all right,
fox.
I'm done.
Okay.
Lizards do. We don't.
But we could.
But then we don't have the actions.
Well, that's fair. Okay. We'll have to see because there's a potential for moles to go into that bunny clearing next door and that take care of the bunny.
So that is a lot of stuff out there.
Could.
This is a very scary position with the otters. They have a ton of points on their board.
Yeah, but
Not necessarily.
Wait.
You can do anything about it. I'm just
No,
voicing
wait, he
it to the
guessed
table.
raid. Never mind.
This is
Yeah. He guessed
4
right.
point investments and
My brain always fails to work sometimes.
at least 6 points.
I'm so good at this. Always sometimes.
Great toss. At least.
Some strong 60% of the time, every time energy.
Interesting that
And
we still have
moles
not
are so
gotten the
far
tea
away.
from moles. How close is the
Cannot
harrier
really-
to the moles?
Currently, not super close. Last turn, we decided we deigned to explore the ruin instead. Remember?
Yeah, we did.
But this turn, there's nothing stopping us from going.
Well, we slip into the clearing, the last clearing. We definitely get a boot, and then we can just walk up
Into
to
the bathroom.
to the
My son
the,
said you're saying that the otters look scary. Is that what you
to
said?
the
Not
moles.
not quite. 'Cause there's a mole warrior up there. We need 2 boots.
Oh right,
they
hostilities. I forgot about the hostilities.
Yeah.
We are going into the top of round 7, though, just so you know.
okay, I will need to refresh my stuff. Refresh.
I gotta say,
Okay.
adventure or questing with Harrier is especially rough if Harrier is relying on that torch for movement.
Yes. Yes. That is one of the reasons why Harrier is a little worse than average at questing, is because Harrier makes perhaps the most use out of the torch of any faction.
Absolutely.
Of any vagabond, I mean.
Sorry, I saw your fist close. I thought I shouldn't talk.
Okay, Pat Riley.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Should I get you some hair gel so you can...
Yeah, there we
Slick
go.
back?
Slick it back. I mean, that's you. You're already halfway there. My hair's too floofy.
We were watching
Basically,
the most recent episode of Winning Time last night, the HBO
Franchise.
series.
Yes. Good series if you want to check it out.
It's a very good series. I'm like in love with it.
Yes, he is.
I don't care at all about basketball, but I cannot stop watching it.
That is also true. All right, so we've got our vagabond has. Okay, so we refreshed everything except for the crossbow.
Yep. Signaling that we are probably not going to fend off a bear this turn.
What makes you say that?
I need to check that one out. I keep hearing weird things about it.
2 hammers to craft a sword.
Okay, picking up
Okay.
our 3rd sword.
We are now the pointiest.
2 points.
It's interesting how you can have 4 swords and battle 4 times because
So
of
that's
that,
the point.
even though you can only hit 3.
Now I want
Yeah.
to.
We need to actually take the item.
That'd be good.
There.
Yeah, Kurt, I've heard like episode 3 is where it starts picking up, maybe episode 4. There's apparently something that changes about the formula and it gets good at that point. But I heard that it's very mediocre up to then. I don't know. We don't need to.
I've watched all of Twin Peaks, so I can just sit and watch anything really.
Oh, yeah. Forgot it. Thanks. Forgot about the main reason.
The main reason you craft a thing is to get the item.
Yeah.
At least for the vagabond.
Yes.
Everybody else is like, we can have infinite items, yes?
8.
Okay.
To the back.
We've got the 3 swords, but where do we go from here? We are hostile with corvids and moles, and I think we go after the moles, if I'm being honest.
Okay, I guess.
They do have 2 pieces of cardboard, relatively lightly defended compared to some of the other clearings.
Well, it's not even that. It's just they've got more pieces to farm. It's a good 3 battles instead of potentially only 2.
Here?
Or we'll go for the potentially 2. I would say if we're gonna go for the potentially 2, I would have gone to the Mount Bunny clearing with the
We might be here for aiding purposes, to pick up the T.
the other mole. There's a mole in the other one.
We have to match our cards.
Right.
That little rule that people like to forget.
I don't forget it when I'm in it.
The
I forget it
moles?
when I'm watching people, though.
Yeah.
T.
All right, so we pick up 2 Ts. We notably glided to a fox clearing to do this. We'll probably fundraise, I think.
Really? That makes sense. That makes sense.
And that.
We don't necessarily need both Ts.
Well, which 2 items do we exhaust for aiding, though? Because our bag, we can't do the bag unless we're trying to get rid of stuff.
No, we can't do the bag.
Try to do that. 1.
So it's actually interesting is it's only if we had the 3 bunny cards, we could have gotten both teas and a bag.
Where's the bag come from?
The lizards.
Where's the lizard?
In this corner.
Oh, if we gone over here, you're saying?
Yeah. If we had bunnies to
If we had
aid
bunnies, yeah.
Go and make this one.
Johnny, it did not.
Although it did in spirit.
Right. We
discussed
moved too many warriors when we used dig.
Yes.
But we did not use the good adventurous mice. So effectively, we should have for that.
I will
Yes. And since we lost the items,
use a
then it
sword
kind of evens.
to-
It kind of nulls out. Yeah.
button the
So,
crows here.
Not a huge deal.
That's not very nice.
It's just for the point. So I don't have completely useless turn.
Yeah. So did we just completely forget to exhaust items for aiding? Because we
Yes, we did.
crafted a sword. We didn't unexhaust the crossbow,
That is correct.
and we used this
I
for
prefer
gliding.
if
That's
Oh,
also
Joe
correct.
Blue, thank you so much for the 4 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's
second sword to hit the small.
Yeah, that's
what
pot-
did you aid with, sir?
that's potentially huge if the table doesn't catch that.
Oh, he may live. Never know. Oh, and he hit me.
You hit me! How dare you?
Free aid
I
is
just-
best aid.
I just stabbed you. Why would you hit me?
I have 7.
It is. Let's see, when did this game start?
6.
5.
6, 7. So it is approaching 3 a.m. for Gregoola.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah,
No, I couldn't do it.
I want
Y'all see
If
how
I'm-
grumpy I get around midnight.
if I'm remembering right. I think Gregoola
Yeah.
said it was midnight at the start of the game.
I believe I believe Gregoola said he's in Poland. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I know
Okay.
it has
there's
been
a
well
few.
documented
So,
on the stream
cards.
how grumpy I get at like 1 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Midnight. Just
Midnight.
the minute it passes midnight, you get grumpy.
I get real grumpy. So I cannot imagine
All right.
going till 3
We're gonna craft,
in a tournament setting.
last
So,
bag.
Hats off to that.
It's a
You know,
shoot.
that's a clever and innovative idea,
It's a
Katari.
shoe. Boot. Sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Aiding is too strong. We should make it exhaust an item.
that'll do
And since
1
it's too
point.
late to like key any specific item to it, we should just make it any item.
I got nothing to flip and nothing else to craft, I don't think. Nope.
Well, I think it's really interesting with this round because we have
Okay,
someone where it's
we will
3 a.m. and someone
recruit
where it's like
with-
early morning, they just woke up.
Right.
And I kind of love that about being able to play in this medium.
Yeah.
Is you can connect with so many people who you normally would never connect with because, you know, there's no
This, I
barriers
guess, to
there.
yellow.
That's just really cool.
The Root Winter Tournament, bringing people
2.
together.
To kill each other.
3.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Nope, that was what I was going to say next, so I'm glad you did it for me, because it's funnier when it comes from both of us.
That's fair. We're in sync most of the time.
It's true.
It's just when we're out of sync, we're really out of sync.
It's true.
You're kind of full card, you should draw an extra one at the end of the turn.
Yeah, I will. It's just not going to be at the end of my turn. I'm going to battle the Riverfolk here.
Ooh.
Action
Interesting.
1.
No, I get it.
No,
Riverfolk.
yeah, Riverfolk are annoying. Take them
Got
out of the
no
board so they don't
ambushes,
really have
so
that
I will roll it.
potential. Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
kind of not what I wanted.
That is the opposite of what we wanted. The goal was to kill otters so that they would not be able to kill us when we then turn around and plot.
Plotted, yeah.
Instead, we just
Okay, now what?
killed both of us.
Well, you know what I said. Death is fun.
Prince or Bang?
Well, no one rules.
I don't know if you're trying to trigger me or not.
It's okay.
No,
It's okay.
my warriors are.
Root is a Euro game when you're bad at Root. That's what I'm going to say.
So
It's
if you don't
interesting
need it,
that Root can take on a different
left
variation
minded?
of games depending on how
Because-
people play it.
Yes.
But
yes.
I've seen people play it as a Euro game. I don't agree with them playing it that way because I like violence and Marauders
So we're
definitely.
going to action 2 move.
Or your Wooden Alliance.
3, we're going to plot here.
Oh no, Joe. I'm just saying it's bad. I think it is objectively bad if you play it uninteractive.
I'm really hoping that Marauders comes by the summer so this way we can have a Root closet.
And for that, I need to put on my thinking cap.
Are you just saying you want to lock me in a closet and not let me out?
No, I meant a dome.
Oh, I
If
don't.
we're
Got
in
it.
the thinking cap, there's a chance we could work it out. So just choose one at random, right?
Yeah, that's also possible.
I feel like saying Root is a Euro
Unless
game
I'm just
is like
saying I'm putting on my
saying
thinking
that
cap
you're
and I'm
playing
just
Scythe
weaving
with My Little Scythe.
to make you think I'm thinking.
Never mind.
I don't understand the comparison.
Well, because there's like the
I'm
My
just gonna
Little
play
Scythe
some
version of
randomly.
Scythe where it's like just like super nice.
No, that's simpler. That's stripped down. That's not nicer.
Oh, isn't that? I thought it
Scythe
was
is
nicer.
already nice.
Well, yeah, Scythe is
Just
already nice,
saying
but it was nicer. Is what I thought.
No, it's like a more accessible version of Scythe.
I guess.
What?
All right, what's going
That's gonna
on?
be
What are
plot
we doing?
1. So this was
Focusing.
battle plot.
We plotted in a pretty independent
Battle
clearing, but we're
move
surrounded by
plot.
lizards, so was that
And
really that
then
dangerous?
I'm going to give a point to my
is.
friend the moles over there.
So the problem,
'cause they
of
look
course,
kinda sad.
Thanks.
is that there is no such
I
thing
am kind of sad.
as an out of the way clearing
Oh,
when Harrier is in the game.
Yep, absolutely.
And then
Every
I'm
clearing
going to
is
exert
next to the
to get an
Harrier.
extra action.
So interesting,
plot
we did
here
change
with
the
2.
we did change the outcast from mouse into fox.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? I chose that one really fast.
That's true though, Katare.
Ooh, mind it.
Katare does have a point. Being largely undefended itself is a Harrier's turn. Because
Right.
Harrier wants to hit
Okay.
things that are
And then
condensed. For
It's
more
true.
Points.
If there's not enough points in the clearing, that is in its own way a deterrent. That's a very good point.
Yes.
Although we do have 2 clearings now. And
Which
we're
means
keeping
maybe-
it mouse, which is dangerous because the lizards can crusade from next door. No!
So the COVID win is on the table.
The outcast stays the same.
We have 1, which is
4
enough.
pointer, yeah.
Yeah, we could crusade
Yeah, so that's 7 total.
from here.
7.
Unless they're both bombs, which I doubt.
I'm gonna perform a conspiracy.
Oh, he's just on it. Purrmastuck is on it.
You should probably move more because of the
Ambush?
embedded agents.
He doesn't care if they
in for
die.
ambush.
Yeah, if as long as both die, as long as the whole thing dies, he doesn't care.
Like he's. I feel like lizards are the one faction that are kind of okay with mutually assured destruction for the.
There it is.
Everything goes away.
All die.
Is it a raid?
Dang. No raid.
No raid.
All right, lizards getting their easy point. 1 acolyte for 1 point. That's not bad.
No. And I mean, you've always got to be really careful about those crusades from adjacent clearings.
Yeah, you do.
Reveal this.
That's rough for Corvids because Harrier are decently likely to come take out this one,
Just score 2 points,
or maybe this one.
and then spend this to get this.
Okay, so lizards propping themselves back
I'll
up
spend
to
the fox for the fox dominance. Is what I'll do. And then spend the fox dominance for the 2 points. And then I'll do this.
Okay.
Score my 2 points.
All right, lizards looking pretty good.
I get
Yeah,
this
lizards
back.
definitely in a very
What
very
just
different
happened?
position.
Can you explain that to me? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I spent a fox card to score points right here, and instead I'm just gonna spend it for the dominance.
Oh,
he
got
switched. He swapped it
Yeah.
for them. Yeah.
Swap for that. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Keeping those dominants
And
locked
I
up,
will
making sure we have our
draw
scores
3
for next turn,
cards.
just in case we have some. We're working with bird
Oh,
cards.
that became
Yeah.
scary too.
No, lizards in a very good spot.
Absolutely.
Purrmastuck played a solid game
It's
to get
interesting he
here,
chose not to.
and
He could have put this guard in here last turn, chose not to.
this is not the type of game where they can really take out gardens without also feeding acolytes
Absolutely.
to the lizards.
Yeah, no.
Lizards are a little shy of that sort of safety zone where taking out gardens is not enough because they'll still get there on the acolytes.
But I believe.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'll swap me lizards.
Lizards are like, yes, these 3 new fresh cards you would like? I'm curious what Arcanine is looking for.
Well, if you have swap meet, you may as well use it.
That's true. That's true.
You
I'm
can
just,
always.
I'm just curious. I mean, honestly, it's interesting that taking a bird card away from the lizards could be more detrimental to them at this stage than anything else.
Yeah, but as moles, you don't really want a bird card in
do.
most cases.
No, I know. I'm all aware.
Thank you.
Just saying. Yeah, Harrier's at an interesting point of where does Harrier go?
Yeah.
We have all the items, so we can easily crossbow into Pointy Rage.
We have 3 swords now, so it's not like we're past that threshold of sort of like 4 to 5 warriors being our limit. Like now
Yeah.
we can
Mark
chew
it
through
down.
more.
Absolutely. Got our second market down, building back up our drawing potential, especially since we only kept Banker. Now, what's very interesting here is that,
Did you take your
and
birds?
think about it, with moles in the game, Banker is pretty deadly for
Thank you.
lizards in terms of controlling Outcast.
It can be.
It can definitely be.
My note to remember to buy things and use swap meet is covering the the one, which is maybe poor planning on my
What was
part.
also interesting is,
Thank you for the
I
reminder.
think at the end of this turn, like,
So
we're going
my
to see a
second,
distinct lack of crafting.
daylight.
Craftable
Oh, sorry,
items.
second.
Yes, we are down to a bag of sword and a coins, and 2 of those are sitting in the otter hand. Granted,
Going to
Only one of those is really
only-
feasibly craftable.
only one of those is feasibly crafted, unless moles
Move
pick
over.
up a couple clearings here.
Yeah.
fruit. Then I'm going to go to ministers. I'm going to discard 1, 2, 3 fox cards to banker.
Okay, and then
Solid.
probably going to sway a 4-mole with our mouse bunny.
So here's an interesting question for the river folk now. With the outcast more than likely going
So you're saying it's
into
going
fox,
fox.
do we craft the sword over the coins?
We'll see.
Probably.
Almost definitely.
There's a chance.
Use banker.
Because lizards don't have a bunny clearing anyway, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They lost that. Moles are in mouse. Corvids have one bunny plot right now, so they can't craft it. So the coins are relatively safe.
Except for the vagabond.
Yeah, the vagabond is your biggest threat, but the vagabond also has other issues,
nope.
like pressing issues to deal with.
That's true. That's true. Boop. Mutually assured destruction.
And after I gave you the charm offensive point. Exceptionally rude.
Hey, I had it lying around. I didn't want to give the lizards another acolyte. And then I will take a move to move these two up here. Using Marshall. Did not reveal any bird cards,
Not
so this
swaying.
comes back to my hand.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to craft the last bag.
Okay. And the
Craft is good, though.
Yeah, craft is definitely good. And that's the last mouse craft, really, so.
Yeah. I mean, Mole's hanging in there okay with points. We just... Our ministers are so...
Thinned.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
I'm very curious to see how we're gonna, if
And
we're
then
gonna be
I'm
able to
gonna
close it
draw
out. Because
We-
I think we can
three
keep pace,
cards.
but I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we're not in a great position to really close the game from.
Alrighty.
Although
We
What?
have Banker and we've got 5 cards. So we'll see.
I get
one really interesting thing about this group is they seem to like to stay in
Protection
boxes or in
room.
like pairs as they go up the scoreboard.
These are all going here. My first action, I'm going to build moles. Here you go. Sorry, I think maybe one
you.
turn. Never know. Never know. Hopefully
Or maybe
hopefully
3.
So interestingly enough, putting only down a mouse is not
so
going to
that
help
gives-
us get the
that's
crafts
a
we were
mouse,
kind
so
of
that's the
hoping
last
for.
one there.
I forgot they
Oh,
had master
oh, no.
engravers. No one has
actually, take
saboteured
it
it.
back.
No one has saboteured
Oh,
it.
Sorry, give me this back.
Okay, nope, taking it back. Yeah, realizing it is not the suit
yet.
of trade posts that we actually want
Yeah,
out.
we're
Lizards.
going. Yeah, lizards are the ones we're going.
What's
for.
happening?
I'm giving you your people back. Your warriors back. Where are you?
Wow.
There. And I'm gonna put a fox.
Put it on the river.
Train goes there.
Move.
Warriors.
Reroll another
Shake it up.
fox
Yeah.
so we can put out
Alright.
there.
That's
And then we
put
can
it
craft
back here.
the
That's 2 points.
sword.
Sword for 3 points. Yeah,
One.
Put us in a good spot.
Two.
absolutely.
Then I'm gonna cash them in first there. I'm going to move twice. So I'm gonna put 2 moles down in my funds.
What did those poor moles do to put them down?
I mean, they
One
like being in the
move.
dirt, don't they?
2
Okay.
move.
I like this. I like the safety otters on the
I'm
river.
going to spend 2 warriors here, taking 1 with me.
So
There you go.
if you go to
One.
spend 2 warriors and you do not have a
One
warrior
and
in the
another
supply,
fox.
you don't get that. You don't get the warrior with the trade post, right?
You do. You spend to take the action, and then the
one
action is
there.
replaced from your supply. So unless
I
you have
guess
something
it's
like
like-
coffin makers to delay
Go
the
back.
access to the
2
warrior,
more
you're
points.
spending before you commit the action.
Okay, I
Perform
guess
the
I,
action.
I always thought like with is it convert that's like that? If you don't have
Then
a
I'm going
warrior
to
convert
craft
it to
twice.
lizards.
The
These
anything
down
that says
here.
replace, which conspiracies now say replace, and also
Sorry.
badgers in camp and decamp say replace. You must
Going here.
be able to perform the action in full to be able to perform
One
it.
going down.
Gotcha. So
here.
that's why you need the extra lizard.
Not twice, once one.
So we crafted the sword.
But even then, with conspiracies, you
Once
spend
here
before you
to
take
do
the
this
action.
one.
Oh, why am I getting that confused?
I have no clue what
I'll
you're
discard
thinking
it
of.
there in a second. I get the sword.
That's gonna be 3 points.
Yep.
So it takes up to 22. Otters looking scary.
Right. I mean, they're still sitting on a 4-point coins right here. They're not going to be able to craft it. Oh no, they're 1 fun shy of crafting it this turn.
That's 3 points. Your master engravers.
Master engravers.
And I will build.
So I don't think I would build another building here. I think I would use these funds to consolidate my otter ball back up.
Yeah, well,
What goes
Or
there?
at least save the
One
two that
more.
are like with other people.
yeah, that's certainly what my conventional thinking would be. But there's a chance that Otterball could get harriered is sort of the danger.
2 points. And I will spend my last one for a.
Did we get 2 points when we crafted the boot? We did? Okay, so it's just the 1 point we missed. Hat in the Cap, Prop Bureau, you can perform it even if you don't have the warrior. You would just remove in that case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. All right. That's it.
They only missed 1 point from Master Engravers this turn because they only crafted the sword, and that would be 3 points instead of 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That 1 point is huge, though. It's huge.
Especially if you miss it again with the coins.
Everything is huge right now. Missing the 2 exhausts for the aids, that's huge. Missing a point is huge.
Yeah.
We can't get too worked up about these things.
No.
But the reality is, even the smallest of mistakes can have huge repercussions
Absolutely.
long term en route.
Absolutely.
Sorry, where was I? I think I might have not given myself enough points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Started the turn at 15.
Joe Bluth. I don't know.
I built there. I built there. I built there. 6 points. Yeah, I think I need another point.
Can we call on the Guerric? I'm not sure if you know
double
where we
check.
started with.
It's if you don't want to get it, it's fine. For my crafted card, I don't think.
Oh yeah, he's Master Engravers. Okay, let's go Gary back. I think Master Engravers could have not.
I knew I was getting it. I just didn't do it when I.
Okay, so let's just do it. Gary.
Yes. You did, in fact, miss the Master Engraver's points.
Okay, so that would be one more.
Is it kosher to take it, or do I lose it because I didn't remember? I mean, I remembered. I just didn't do it at the moment. I didn't move it up.
No.
I think that's fine.
You can move it. It's okay.
Yeah.
We will not rule that one.
Players saving me for making that choice.
I use my saboteurs on it at the end of my turn.
Appreciating the players right now.
I was passing the turn to you.
We always
There
appreciate
was
our players.
No secret info. Like
Use both. Like, I'm sure everyone saw on our faces like the "Don't ask me that" question.
Yeah.
I can tell you very factual things, but don't ask me if you should take points or not.
okay, you count.
So it's funny. Otter's move here might have just saved the lizards
Why you need to
from
count
the
stuff?
Harrier's wrath.
It's possible.
So I'm very curious to see which way.
It's most fair to just reset to 0.
Prince Ring, I definitely agree with you on that. I very much I want to win against someone who's doing their best, not because of a technicality.
Prince here.
Does Vagabond think they have it?
We might be in a spot of trouble, and it's all my fault. One or two too many.
I was waiting for your comment, Zorbots. I was waiting for it.
You gave him like 3, right?
Yeah, I think I gave him 3.
Told you should have given me 1 after hitting me on turn 2.
Yes, you've given me 3.
You should have given me some.
It's like in my DNA to be afraid of Harrier and also of Duchy.
And of otters.
So
It's just not in my DNA to be afraid of corvids or lizards.
he's got the investments, which is
Yeah,
4 points.
There's not a heck of a lot we can do here. If someone buys it
Well,
from him,
I
it's gonna
can sabotage the
If someone-
Master Engravers.
Thank
So, it's
you.
only
So,
3
funny
points.
thing, even if
It
someone
must
buys it from
have
him,
been.
he's got
Because
6 points
it's
in trade posts.
GG otherwise.
Right.
Well,
think
no,
I
so
would-
I
I
can,
would-
I
I
can
would buy it.
sabotage the Master Engravers so that it's only 3 points, and then if I only rule 1 clearing, then he's got to.
They are
He
nuts.
can only get 2
They're
points
they are
for
nuts.
areas. So if the next thing is we just need to make sure that he doesn't rule any clearings.
Or you just buy.
and then he can only get 5, and that
I
would get him
think
to 29.
It
But
might
that
be
would buy
easier
an extra
just
10.
to buy it at this
Yeah,
point.
if you
But then that's 6
sabotage-
points from these that he can get to pretty easily, right?
Well, no,
if
you
someone buys it.
sabotage
Not if
and you buy from him.
Bowles buys it from him.
He would only be able to put it in this one, and he wouldn't get protectionism to be able to put down another trade post because he only has one of his own warriors.
Hmm.
So
That
if
could work.
you saboed,
That would limit him to 2 points.
I'm
plus
wondering,
cardboard.
but does that
give him a lot of actions,
incentivize
but
the
it could work.
Riverfolk
Would give
to
him a lot of
become a
action.
ball of death and
Yeah,
find
just
all the
give
points
me
they
a
can on the
second. I
board?
need to.
I mean, it will, but there'll only have so many actions.
That's true. That's
And
true.
there's not currently
Unless someone
an
else wants to
easy 6
volunteer.
points of cardboard
fairness,
on the map.
I see
If you buy the coin,
one.
if you buy the coins and give me 4 warriors, 4 more funds, I'll have 9. I can definitely do the mouse clearing with the moles.
My question is, does it
But
even get to that?
if you take away my
The moles?
rule of
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah, it's hard to
I
know.
guess, yeah, I could
Not
still
moles,
pop
like,
up
doesn't even get to
somewhere.
otters.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fair.
Well, it's hard to know what Gregoola was thinking about at the
I
start
think
of his
it's the best
turn.
chance to buy
Was he
another.
thinking about
I mean, if we can punch it.
They would buy a turn.
Right.
the table
Yeah.
threats, or was he thinking about can I win?
Yep.
Corvid's sitting on a 3-point flip currently.
Give me a couple of
I think he has
a
it.
moment.
You think Gregoola does?
Yeah, well,
Sure,
one, he says,
take
I
your
think I
time.
might just have it, is what he just said. But 2,
I don't know. Do you think he has it though?
I think he might. Well, what's really interesting here is the Harrier can slip into the mole's clearing. So they are now in a hostile clearing with a crap ton of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great for them. And then on top of that, they still have the torch to quest with if they want to pick up those extra mouse points.
To glide with, you mean?
No.
Oh, to quest with? It's only a 2-point quest.
Right, that's 2 points. 2 points is 2 points. Because we could potentially pick up, 6 points from that clearing, another 2 points from there, unless we want to glide somewhere else and blow it up. But I think we have a potential. I definitely think that could be.
Mhm.
I definitely think there might be a path. I'm not sure what it is though. Or you keep the glide, go in, beat them up, and then glide somewhere else. Potentially, maybe even crafting or aiding for the sword. Yeah, you can then jump into the lizard clearing, aid for the sword,
So need to
crossbow a
very
lizard to make them
topless, the lizards
hostile,
are.
and then
They don't have it on their turn.
attack shit.
Probably 2, 3, 4 double score. They don't have the goods for
Coins.
the coins. We know where 2 of them are. One's in here. One's over here.
Yeah.
Lizards,
I don't know where the third
unfortunately,
one
are
is.
in a little bit of a rough spot with no acolytes.
So they would have to, with 5 cards, like
Yeah, but they would almost assuredly have it on their next turn. If
actually, is this possible? Double
gotten
score,
them.
because this is just hanging out. He could buy it.
But he can't craft it because he doesn't have 2 bunny. I guess
Oh
he
yeah,
could
that's right. Correct.
put the gardens
But
down.
he has
but
got-
then it's not going to be bunny outcast. So
Yeah, it's not Bunny Outcast, so it doesn't matter. The sword's gone, so I think Lizard win condition's out. But they've got a strong 2-turn.
I don't quite see it, but I see an awfully
I think I'm gonna
close.
buy it.
See awfully
Until we see
close.
the coin.
That's fair.
Wait,
Yeah.
That's
if you buy
fair.
the coins, he can just place his things. I think the mole needs to be the one who buys the coins
Can I
to avoid him from placing down
go
his
to the lizard board real quick?
trade.
Yeah, so if you buy it and give him a bunch of riverfolk, then he can just rule the clearings and put his trade posts wherever he wants, right? The reason that if I buy it, then he just has a bunch of moles, and I only rule 1 clearing, and so he can only put down 1 of his 3 remaining trade posts.
Because I'm trying to think it through, and because you have access to up to 4 swords here.
Yep.
Because you could aid the river folk for a sword. That gets you a point in the process, I'll
It
note,
does.
because you're still indifferent with them. So you have 4 battles across 2 clearings, assuming the first one is one that you slip to, and then you have your glide. I'm trying to math out.
Oh boy, here we go. If you buy it, I'm not going to remove his warriors. I'm just going to plot.
He can
think that
he can glide to
think
the
it is up
thingy
to roll
and
for
he
me,
can
and
craft the coins.
there is
He could, yeah, but buying it would require exhausting bag, coin, sword. If we're not going to take full
Yeah,
advantage of the T,
Oh, that's
I
fair.
think
That's
you might
that's
have
the
a
case,
better
you do it.
chance.
which gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 refreshes.
None of us are winning.
That could still get us all of
might win.
these, which is a
Well,
good place to
with
be.
The
No,
Toss
like
of
we can confirm that like otters won't be able to get more than 2 points on their turn, right? Like one of the coins
think
is
they
in
get
here, the other
4.
coins is here. They would have to get points. Well, they've
There are
only
3 coins,
got 1
for the
Riverfolk
record.
warrior, so they can only put down 1 trade post with my moles.
I think if they wanted to, they could recruit one like down here and put a. Oh,
No, then
but
they couldn't
So
put a
fun
trade
fact,
post because they've only got
lizards
1
could
otter.
technically get 6 points on
You're
the
right.
turn really easily.
So
if
this
they
is the
had
thing.
the right
Like
cards for it.
I think that as
Because
a
they
table,
have
we can
one
definitely
lizard in a
stop the
clearing
others,
with 2 empty bunny
which means that you're
slots.
probably getting another turn.
So if they
But if
had
you
the
buy it
coins,
and it goes badly,
and it would,
then
if it was
otters
in
definitely
if it was
win.
in rabbit, they could
There's no way
craft the
we can
coins.
stop
They
them
definitely
from
would.
that point.
Oh wait, no, I don't have
And
cards.
you then have a higher.
They can buy.
Yeah, they
chance
could
of
buy a
winning
card, which
on
is
your
always
Yeah, they could buy a card.
after we stop the others.
always been a potential. So
We have no acolytes.
yeah, with the going fox, it's
We don't
But
craft
unless
we don't craft
chance
anything
of
good
you
in
winning
Fox.
this turn is like 80-90%. I
Oh,
think you got a much better chance to just wait an extra turn.
I wonder if no, that's not possible.
With the right cards in hand and a purchase, I could see us building 2 gardens and scoring. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 4 cards. Yeah, so assuming we have exactly the right cards, build, score. That's 6 points.
Nice.
It's not a win, but it gets us close.
It does. I mean, honestly, I understand where
You've got the
Gregoola
11-point
is coming
win
from here,
without
though.
dice, then
I need to take my
go for it.
shot now because if the otters can draw into another coins, if no one crafts
I'm
it
a bit
from
tired
them.
and I'm sure if I didn't screw anything. And,
Like that's
counting
really the risk here, and I
time.
totally understand from that perspective of like
I think you should.
they'll have so many warriors to just search for the coins again,
Right.
and they only
Get your
need to
3
keep
points.
2 to put down the 1 trade post, and then that's it. That's all they
Yeah, I
needed.
kind of see it too.
Yeah, the one thing that
It's not
nobody's seeing
crazy.
here is the moles have a saboteurs.
I mean,
The win.
They talked about that earlier.
Well,
Moles, part of the whole conversation was moles were going to saboteurs the master engravers.
okay,
They talked about that.
okay, but then the otters still could pick up a point from it.
I'm always a proponent for going for it. I would
Depends on
go.
what the
I would
quests
go
are,
for
right?
it with a 25.
There are 7 moles up here, Katare.
25%? I think that's like the chances of crows winning on their next turn are quite low given that they have no pots out. Oh, they've got 1 pot, so that would be 1, 2, that would be 3 points, 1, 2, 3. And then they would have to find
you could craft your way though.
4
Yeah, I don't
points. There's only the coins left.
Yeah, I
and
don't
we
have.
know
All I
You
have
could
is
craft
one.
soup kitchens, and
yeah, it
that's
doesn't have 2
dangerous.
pots.
Or is the other coin in the? Where's the disc? Can you look through the discard in this thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can right click search, but it's sitting in the
It's in.
Well,
It's in
yeah.
this one.
Before. Oh my
We know where it's
God.
at.
Oh,
There's
I'm so
3.
tired. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting that
there.
none of them seem to know that or are willing to
I
mention
should
it
have
if
been
they
keeping better
do.
track of what was in people's hands, but I just got too tired.
Yeah. me too.
I did the same thing. I had the whole deck of cards laid out, and then a couple of turns ago, I was like, whatever.
That's very interesting that Arcanine
roughly
doesn't know
that's
that
I
there's
don't
3
see that.
coin cards, considering you had the deck laid out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think crows is winning on their next turn. Lizards, I think, as well, they get max 4 points. 3, 4,
Yeah.
putting them to 27, and they're not getting extra cardboard because it's going to be. They're getting 1 point from this cardboard, probably.
Okay,
with the
just-
Crusade.
Give me a second. I will just maybe
Sure.
make stuff with my fingers. I will try to go put on. Okay, and then
There's so much to think about.
There is.
Interesting.
We do have rabbit. I forgot we had rabbit partisans. If any of our battles are in bunny, that does make the odds a little bit nicer.
The last battle would be in bunny with the otters. So the interesting thing here is, if we're not careful, we won't have 3 swords going into this. Oh wait, no. We'll have 7 items that we can exhaust.
Yes, we have a refresh of 7 if we keep all of our tea unexhausted.
We don't need the coins in bag if we're going for it. I mean, I don't think so.
No, you're right.
8,
The only reason we would maybe want 1 coin is for fundraising.
8.
But we're not going to be in a fox clearing for this. We're going to be in mouse and bunny.
Well, it depends. Gregoola is maybe seeing a different path, one that involves moving down here.
Ah, yes.
Because there is an otter piece down here. Oh, Batmaster, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you, I really appreciate that.
Okay, I'm too tired. I will go for it and lose.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just
You
can't.
know what? Full props to people who just go for it.
Oh yeah.
Full props, man.
Okay,
What does that mean? You're going to go for it?
I'm trying. I'm trying to make it.
Something.
Yep. So flipping all my
Throw out the
stuff
stats
to
and
buy.
go for it. You know, I'm rooting for Gregoola here.
I'm giving you 4 warriors.
I wouldn't mind seeing a vagabond win.
All right. Wow, you did buy it. Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't think that was going to happen, but I'll take it.
It is.
Okay, now
Yeah,
the
he's the
first
2-0,
part.
so may as well go for it. There's like really no downside. That's true. I have no clue what the next round is going to look like. It's possible a 3-0 earns a bye to the final or something. I honestly just don't know. What?
I said it doesn't.
We were talking about this earlier today.
Literally no one else can have a
Okay.
3. Only one person can have a 3-0 for that to be the case.
Well,
Flipping
there
here.
you go. I don't know.
Now careful with all the moves. Oh my god.
3-0 earns you a macaroni sculpture from me. How's that?
I'm just imagining you having like macaroni in like a ball because you just couldn't like get it into any other shape.
Oh, you don't think I can make a macaroni sculpture?
No, I don't.
She thinks so little of me.
Just kidding.
I'm not making any more ice cream for you.
But I like ice cream, and you're good at it. And you're gonna keep making ice cream for yourself,
That's true.
and I will eat that.
That's true. I wasn't supposed to cook the macaroni.
Okay. So interesting thing here is because we're going this route, we don't have a crossbow to easily go hostile with other factions. But to be fair, the first sword will do that as well.
It gives us fundraising.
8.
I know, guys. Like, he's giving me real threats with no more ice cream. I can't take this. I live off ice cream.
8.
I've been making a lot of ice cream.
I want more. I'm sad we had to give some away. I wanted that one. It tasted so good. You have to make it again.
I don't like maple that much.
I do.
Okay. I'll make more maple ice cream.
For it. So I'm gonna quest.
Okay, yeah, so we slipped here. We're doing the fundraising.
And that will be
I mean, I don't dislike maple. I just don't... Like, I'm not crazy about it.
Guerric, you're making some enemies here.
Right, it's a complimentary flavor, not a feature flavor.
Right, and then that's why you make 4 other ice creams and eat them all together.
Okay, worst case, I mix something up and it will be a blunder. Okay, so that was doing that. Oh,
Lock it in.
One.
Lock it in. Why does Guerric hate Canada? Yes.
there's no coming back from that.
It's locked in.
Another guard duty.
Stuff I really, I don't like taffy at all. It makes me
Okay,
sick.
so now I will.
Which is great for me because I love taffy, so you won't eat it if I have it.
And 8.
Yeah, you're making a lot of enemies right here.
This is apparently the most controversial thing I've ever said.
Aiding twice. Interesting.
So I'll take those 2.
Interesting.
Where are we going?
Who Otters gets these guys?
Or just...
I get 1 point.
Oh, I guess we can
There's
boot.
still half of the next aid level.
We could boot over to here.
Well,
Okay, so we've
no, we
done
need 2
that.
boots because there's a Corvid piece. Oh wait, no,
No,
just warriors.
it's only warriors that incur the hostile tax.
And we are at 21. The swords. If that will be 1 point, 22. Then
Should I mention that we have a lychee ice cream in the freezer right now?
So Otters are in this level?
I mean, I can't help. I'm super Indian.
and they are
I'm just
already have 1
Halfway.
I'm just like, I don't like maple, but lychee.
point. It moved.
Sorry to tell you guys, but we probably don't like poutine because don't eat meat in the house.
It's true. This is why I'm not good at Vagabond, Decoy says.
1, 3.
I love how the items are like turned in all different directions and just like kind of cascading down.
Because we're planning things out.
No, absolutely. Like I totally get it, but
7, and I can 8, 20.
stuff by Rudy, it's hard because you can't tell with gravies.
Okay, I guess. Unless I fucked up.
The amount of times I've been accidentally fed meat to get sick
Okay,
has been
so
too many.
I will be hitting. Oh, yeah. Not all of it. I will be hitting the
Lizards?
trade post. You have it? No, you don't have ambushes, so
Okay.
it just dies.
Death, 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 death.
So that's 22.
The 1 point.
Then I'm going to move with this new acquired shoe up here. I'm gonna craft those coins.
Yep. Yep.
I really appreciate how chaotic.
So you're hostile with the
I'm not.
crows.
There are no crows there.
I don't have a warrior here. It's only
Okay.
warriors.
Is it only warriors?
Yep.
Which is just the dumbest rule, by the way.
Crafted.
The dumbest
I mean,
flipping rule.
Clearly, because I got it confused like not like less than 5 minutes ago.
Because like the only thing it says on the board is that you
It's hostile. It
says a hostile clearing. You must exhaust extra boot to enter hostile clearings.
But what is the clearing itself is never hostile towards me. The trees love me there.
Was it?
Apparently, buildings and tokens cannot be hostile with somebody,
No.
and yet they score infamy.
Or
27. 28, 30. Yeah, I guess so.
okay, so now we glide,
Okay, so I'm going to
aid for the 2 points, and then beat somebody up.
Right, rule is a really common mistake.
just
They
okay.
that people very commonly think it means rule.
Doesn't matter. How
Rule
does
or
it
any
goes?
piece. Those are the two things I see.
All right.
So that's 2.
Okay,
Very
yeah, so if he
hostile.
moves, glides, aids, and then hits, he's fine. Assuming the last roll.
Just 8.
The lizards?
The lizards.
For a point.
We still need 2 points though. I guess we can glide
So
and hit
We glide somewhere.
More friendly. And
Where
I
do
get
we?
point.
Where are we gliding to hit? Because we don't have any undefended cardboard. Like,
And I use my torch to teleport somewhere in the forest. Let's say it here.
there's no cardboard there though.
And I use my sword
No one can get a
To
point here.
aid
river
otters.
to get another
It's a
one.
third aid.
Oh, it's an aiding sword! Holy hell! Good game, Gregoola. Holy crap! I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna
There
lie.
it is.
Fully,
Fuck.
fully
Freaking
tapped.
puzzle. Oh,
There it is. Paying the people.
Wow.
yes.
What a finish.
GG.
That was a heck of an optimization. Wow.
Yeah, that was
I
insane.
hope
Thanks, I
did
hate
not-
it.
I hope that.
Thanks, I hate it. That's exactly right.
Strange stuff, but
Yeah, that's an incredible finish.
Yeah,
Let's
that
go.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Good game, everyone.
What a game.
What a finish. Congratulations, Gregoola. That was a heck of a finish.
Did not see that one coming.
hurts.
Gregoola, thank you for playing. We will see you in the next round. Everyone else, Decoy, JrBacon, Purrmastuck, Arcanine, thank you so much for participating in the tournament. It has been a pleasure having you, and I hope you enjoyed it, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yep, thanks for putting this on.
Everyone watching?
Thanks for game, guys.
Everyone watching, thank you for watching. We will see you for our next tournament game tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. So until then, have a great one.